What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be looking at
A bunch of Brian's unusual hands. Now, not as unusual as Trump's hands, but still unusual hands.
Okay. So, ace nine suited on the cutoff on the button. You get two limpers. What
Yeah.
does everybody want to do? ISO, limp behind, fold.
Never fold, limp behind when you feel like it. ISO's the preferred move.
Yep. Oh, you can take a wild guess that I am going to ISO.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
no.
gonna go more than $15, Larry.
Yeah,
Yeah, Brian wants to go big, right?
yeah.
Yep.
Wants to
And
I
go.
want
again,
to get heads up.
good.
That's what I want to do. So you want to hope one of these guys folds, and then I can get heads up and try to outplay them on the post flop, or make a hand and get max value.
Yep.
So.
And just to say, calling behind is definitely not a mistake. It is a plus
No.
EV move. All right. This is a
Especially with two passive players here. Like I think this guy was passive, this guy was questionable. He was a little bit more aggressive, so I think the ISO is probably the better play
yeah,
because of him.
I like it better. Okay.
Okay, so we get this flop, airball, and what does everybody want to do? It goes check, check,
Check, check behind.
check behind. Okay, I check behind. So
You have
now,
and you have showdown. I mean, not a lot, but you do have it.
yeah, I have showdown. Um, goes check,
No.
check, and now I think they're very capped here.
Hmm.
I think that at best they have weak queens, and I think even weak queens, a lot of weak queens are going to come out and bet here. So I'm going to put a lot towards like sixes, sevens, eights, tens, fives, fours, stuff like that that are just checking through. Um,
I think at your stakes, they are drained of queens because of the club draw.
yes,
They're not
yeah, I
checking
think
for it twice.
yeah, they're not going to check twice. Even their weakest queens probably come out and bet after I check the flop.
I think so.
So I think we have a lot of. I think that we have showdown, but. Um, I never like to bet to figure out where I'm at, but this is a situation where I can bet and still get them to raise off strong stuff, which is unlikely for them to have anything very strong here, and also really identify what part of their range. Because if they call me, I don't think I have showdown anymore, and it's time. Then I'm gonna blast the river to take it down. But I can check here and just try to assume showdown. I think those are my options. Is basically check here when they come out and bet if someone comes out and bets the river. A lot of the time, I think that's like 10x pocket nines, eights, stuff like that, and I can try and blast them off of that, but I'm only telling them once then. Um, so I honestly like this. I like to bet. I bet here. I think that this was the play. I'm not sure how I feel about my sizing. I feel like I mean this still keeps them very wide. So they're calling with their 10x, their 5x, all that stuff. So I can make all that stuff fold on the river. Um, but what do you guys think?
I think that it's going to be a little harder to bet those to fold on the river because they're going to give you less credit for a queen. You might get the five to fold. I think it's going to be harder to get a 10 to fold. They're
Okay.
extremely big. That doesn't mean it won't work. Bub says GTO probably likes a limp. This is pre-flop. I prefer raise in game. Yep, we talked about that. In this position on the flop, we would bet a lot, like ace three suited, regardless of suit. Yes, yeah, absolutely. We can bet a gut shot on this on
Yeah.
the board. Absolutely. Plus, an ace three has the advantage of folding out all the better aces.
Yeah.
I mean, ace jack is
Ace three,
terrible, but
like ace. He's talking on the flop, right? So
on
you
the
would
flop,
still have like a double gut shot for the ace
Yeah.
three.
well, the ace
I
three is
have just
yeah,
a regular
it's a
gut shot.
backdoor. Ace three is would be a backdoor in both
Oh, right.
directions, and that's enough. Two
No,
backdoor.
ace three would be a gutter and a backdoor.
No, on the flop.
Yeah. Oh
Not
yeah,
on
you're
the
right. You're right.
on
Double
the flop.
backdoor. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Backdoor.
Right.
Double backdoor. So yeah, that's enough. Regardless of suit, I don't know. I think I would want the suit to go with it and might check it back for
Multi-way, I'm just gonna play way more.
yeah.
I'm not. It's with when you're. These are still two uncapped ranges. I'm just not in the business of betting into two uncapped ranges multi-way often. So I would rather have at least some sort. Like if I flopped, if I had the club draw, I'm absolutely betting there every time with the intention that I'm gonna blast them off or I'm gonna get there and win a nice pot.
Gotcha. So I'm going to ask
Um,
somebody before you go on to what you did here. So Brian and I both said that they are very drained of queens here. I want someone to explain what their thinking is. Why do they not have a queen? Why do they not check a queen twice?
Yeah, Josh, I want
So
you to do
yeah,
it.
Josh has been nominated by Brian.
Because we always ask him what's their range and everything when we're playing, and I think it's a good thing to know to
Yeah,
make sure you're focused on. You see here?
Josh is here, but he's muted. So Josh, if you want to turn on, oh, Josh is in a game. Okay,
Oh, okay, you're
Ryan,
good.
Ryan or Bub, why do we think that
Uh,
they are? Why do we think that they have? And now, when we say they have no queens here, no queens means very,
yeah,
very few queens. Why do they have
yeah,
no queens here?
because we
What's their
expect
answer?
them to they got two opportunities to bet, right? With if they
Right.
had a queen,
Hmm.
and we don't expect people in this game to check twice with a queen if they
Right.
have top pair.
They have top pair, and
What else?
what's the
There's
other
one
reason?
thing.
There's one other reason why
Larry,
they're betting all of them.
Oh, okay, on top of that, I would also say the board is drawing. And secondly, if we had a queen in position, we would have bet it on the flop. So any
not
queen is pretty
always.
safe. Okay, Mo, I would say most. Is that fair?
I think if I flop queen nine suited, I think I'd probably check this one street, or I either check this street or I check this. I either check on the flop or I check on the turn. So yeah, I could still have some queen X, but they would find out now.
So the other piece of it is imagine the same board, but it's Queen of Clubs, Ten of Hearts, Five of Spades, and the river, and I'm sorry, and the turn is the Four of Diamonds. At that point, when it goes check check, do we think that they have more queens or fewer queens than they do on this board?
Me or somebody else.
Somebody else, because I know your answer. You already gave it by
Uh,
saying they have.
I mean, I've just read it from Larry in the chat, right?
Yep, exactly. They're afraid of they're both afraid of the flush draw coming in and they want to get value from the flush draw. The same thing would happen if it was Queen of Clubs, Ten of Hearts, Five of Spades, and the turn was the Four of Clubs or the Four of Spades and brings in a backdoor there. At that point, you bet your queen, hoping to get called by the clubs or by the by the draw. Now, if that's how they play, our exploit is that they have no queens here. That's our shorthand. Should we play that way? Do we think that that's actually a good way to play? Are they making a mistake?
By checking the
by,
flop and slow
by
playing.
betting almost all their queens on the turn in this situation.
I would I mean I can't get here with any queens like in my the way I play
You're
pre-flop. I can't get here with any queens that are weak enough that wouldn't want to bet by the turn. So like in this situation, say I raised from what is
oh, right.
that
Well, you can't
low.
limp. You can't limp.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So I wouldn't like I would never be in the low jack with
yeah.
a queen that is weak enough that by the turn I wouldn't want to be betting it. Now, like if I flopped queen nine suited here and I'm in the low jack with two callers behind, I'm gonna check the flop.
Mhm.
And when it checks through, I'm definitely gonna bet the turn.
Right. So yeah, we're not in the limping situation. So we'll wait for one for raise to see whether we should play it. So the answer is no. We should not play that way because we shouldn't limp. But wait a
Mhm.
minute. Hold on. We can be the second person. We can have a queen that limped behind. Is that possible? Let's see. Do we have any queen, any suited queen? We have no offsuit queen that limps behind. Are we ever going to limp behind with an offsuit with a suited queen? No,
No.
no, no. We we might we might not play the queen eight suited there. We might fold it, but at the queen nine and queen 10, we're raising them. Yep. So we can't get here. All right, moving on.
Yep. So I'm going to bet this is more of honestly, I think I like a slightly bigger size because I think that we still have some hands that are going to be inelastic here. Like their flush draws, they're going to play too passively. So we can still target those and go bigger here. Go and we are I'm the effective stack. So the one reason I didn't want to go way bigger is that I want to have enough behind to make people fold. So I'm kind of like in an in-between handcuff spot where I want to go bigger to target all the hands that are inelastic that I can fold off on the river, but also I don't want to go too big to, to the point where they are just committed to the pot. So I think like 35 is a better 35 still not great. Like 30's better here, I think, than 20. So when we go with 30, we have 120 in the middle and we get a caller, and then we have plenty behind to blast them off still. So yeah, I think 30 is the better size. Um, so we go 20, we get a call here, and we get a fold here. We get a pretty blank river. I mean, some straights get there, but I expect them to donk a lot of their straights here on the river, especially from a player. This guy seems super wrecky. He looks like the Lorax. Um, and he checks into me. And now I'm in the spot where I'm basically pretty confident that what I need to make fold is a 10. And I don't think I need to go absolutely massive to fold that. I think I just need to go to a significant size. And what size would you guys want to use?
125, 130.
Yeah, I like that better. I went 100. It's a very significant size in my game. So a lot of the time I think I can just make pretty much everything fold here. Um,
So you expect 10x to fold against the sizing every time.
yep, I do.
Okay.
I don't know anything about the player, so
Because then I like the sizing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
But
think
it's not true. Yes, ace then.
but I think the biggest thing here is that yeah, I need to go to a significant sizing, but we also need to think like I'm in the spot where I'm very confident in what his range is here, and that I think it's very minimal queen, which I think I can also make folds. I think that I think I can just jam here because I think there's nothing that can call me when I jam. Is basically when I get to the spot, I think that there's nothing that can call me when I jam. So why not just jam?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
You might have gotten a lesser 10 to call to fold
Hmm.
because boy, does your hand look like a 10 to a
Yeah.
non-player.
I mean, he thought about it, but
Yeah.
I saw him. It was, I mean, later on throughout the night, I realized it was like, this is not a player we're going to be bluffing. This is a player we're going to get max value from. Like later on, as I played more with him, I sat down, I was
Hmm.
5 hands into this table, and this is what happened. So I basically was in the spot where this guy's just a station. He's going to call you down the second pair or better every single time. So we're just gonna blast off on this guy with any top pair when we think he doesn't have any top pair, and we're just gonna stack him. So
So here's what might be going on in his head, assuming that what's going on in his head is not simply I has pair, I call. If he's more thinking than that, his thought process could be you would have bet a queen on the flop. On the turn, you've decided no one else has a queen, therefore your 10 is promoted. So you have a lot of tens. I have
mhm,
ace 10. I have the best 10. So maybe a lower 10, I have 9-10. You have another 10. It's probably not, since you raised, it's probably not 8-10. I'm probably beat. But here, I chop and win against him. So maybe that's his thought process. Bub says there's also the thought any draw missed, open enders and flush draws. Yes, none of the draws completed, but our hand doesn't look very much like a draw. We didn't bet our draw on the flop, so we decide to bluff our draw on the turn, but not the flop. Possible. So yeah, he might have also looked at that. So had it been the two of clubs, it might have been easier to get a fold.
yeah,
But I think that's more true if you bet the flop, bet the turn, and bet the river at most people. All right, good. Next hand.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see which hand is this. Oh, okay, I remember this. Sorry, these are from a couple of days ago, so I'm gonna have to try and remember thought process and everything. But we are gonna ISO big because we are out of position. So it's an adjustment I'm making is to let's get heads up because our edge is gonna go down out of position. So and I mean I could just limp here. I don't
I
like that
prefer,
option.
I prefer limp here, but that's fine. I
Yeah,
understand.
same.
These are also two very bad players that I can really make them do what I want them to do. So
Good.
that's one thing I also do know. So it's
Good.
going to be harder out of position, but they play face up. So, all right, that's not exactly what we wanted to see. So we get this flop. I check, check, check. Now we get this turn. Check, check, check. So now what do I think about their ranges? What do you guys think about their ranges?
No good spade, very few spade, but some
Yes.
spade, some showdown
Okay.
spade. And I
That's
think no pairs because when you bet, you're gonna have to bet big enough to get, unless you're gonna bet so tiny, but you don't need to bet so tiny because you have threes. You have a pair.
mhm.
So you
I don't
want to
think I
get,
need to bet yet. That's
yeah,
what I was thinking getting here.
yeah.
Is that I can check and evaluate.
Hmm.
Is when we check $12. Now what do we think about his range now?
He cannot have a big spade.
No big spades.
No big spade.
And what do we think? Do we think what is the most profitable play here? Bluff catching or bluff raising?
Bluff raising is better than bluff catching, and folding is okay too.
Well, I
I
don't
think,
like
I
that
think this is a
option.
terrible. I think this is a terrible bluff catch.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that there is an exploitative bluff raise to be done here.
Well, that's what I do. Just go fucking stupidly big and make them fold out everything.
Right, because you have to get him to fold a medium spade.
Yeah, that's kind of I like this sizing much better because one, very significant. It's a overbet to the pot, and I mean it's not 2x pot, but I think that we can really just make everything fold here.
Right.
So we go for it, we get it.
Yep. What's the size at which you don't check raise him? Let's
Um,
first let's look at smaller. Does one big blind, two big blind, or three big blind make you consider not doing it, or even calling when it's one big blind? What do you think?
no, I'm gonna raise if it's one big blind for sure.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
we're gonna
So
go two big blinds, absolutely. Three big blinds, absolutely. He
right.
goes to
So
six
anything
big
up to
blinds.
12. Where's the
Um,
size?
I think we stop at I think we stop at 25 is the last sizing. I think there's enough hands that can go. I mean, like what super strong hand goes check check and then only bets 25 on the river here.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
not a lot. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's really much anything that's gonna go.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, after no one, especially the imposition player, like if he checked and then he bet this river, he's gonna be more uncapped than this guy is.
Yep.
This guy's significantly capped whenever he goes check check on the around and then bets 12 on the river. He's super capped, so we just can blast him off of everything.
Yep.
That's what I think.
I'm gonna draw my line like this. I'm gonna draw my line that anything bigger than half pot, I'm not going to do this. And it's not true that everything's smaller than half pot, but I know that my upper limit for doing this is half pot.
Hmm.
And your upper limit is third pot. And I haven't decided what I'm doing between third and half, and I'm agreeing with you below a third. That
So this guy's been pretty
but 12
much
makes it easy. 12 makes it easy.
yeah, and this guy I would say like one adjustment I've been making a lot recently is just sizing down with my value because a
Mhm.
lot of players just they just don't even the size, even if it's a pot, like comparatively to pot, it's a extremely small bet, but
Mhm.
it's $75. They're not calling
Right,
because it's 75.
right.
So I've just been really adjusting to make it,
Mhm.
significantly smaller for value. So this is a situation where if he goes to 30, I'm kind of in a spot where that's more significant in this game, and that's generally going to be a lot stronger hands. It's going to be include basically no bluffs, and it's going to be, a lot of flushes that aren't going to want to fold, but I just don't think he has pretty much any strong flushes here either way. So unless, especially when he goes 12 on the river.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's one that I like the
Good.
thought process here. I think that if I just I think coming out and betting here on the river is probably the worst play, I think, because we have showdown, but we also get to have that last action where we get to decide whether we like what our showdown is or not. Because this really tells us where we're at. This tells us we don't have showdown anymore.
So there's two things I want to point out about this hand. One is three. One is really like your thought process on the river coming to he's kept, and I like the fact that you acted on it. That's great. That second one is excellent. That's the thing we're all supposed to be doing for this next couple of months. You're the best player in the world. Your analysis is correct. Play as if your analysis was correct. Let's keep doing that till it goes wrong.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it's interesting how you've taken the disadvantage of being out of position and put yourself in position on the river.
Hmm.
So because of the way you played it, you had absolute position on the river.
Kind of, yeah. That's kind of what I guess I didn't think about it like that, but in my head, it's like I kind of get to have this final decision here
Yeah.
of
If
and
if
figure out where I'm at.
right. If player seven bet, you got to see what player eight did before and you closed the action.
Yeah,
Player eight bets, you don't close the action, but you still got to see what player seven already did. So that's great. You gave yourself position. I think that's great. And then the last thing is, I think that your choice to play the hand the way you did from the beginning is not the most profitable way.
like ISOing.
It's fun. Yeah. And I think it's
Yeah,
this.
maybe I need to work on that.
Right. And it's specifically this. In the small blind and the big blind, there you are with hands like deuces, threes, fours, fives, sixes. Let's leave it up to fives. Your deuces through fives. They limp to you, and you look at this and you go, I will blast them off with my fives. And when this happens, you are often in no man's land because you were in no man's land. However,
Hmm.
you got yourself out of it. Congratulations. Good job there. But I think that those hands are more profitable, or more accurately, less unprofitable by checking behind and folding the flop when you miss and
That's probably, yeah.
losing a dollar or losing nothing from the big blind.
Yeah, I agree that I think we I maybe need to tone down the aggression a little bit pre-flop.
Right. And here, let's go back and I'll show you why. So when he bets, okay, let's go through the hand here. You go to 25. All right, so there's 77 in the pot, so 89. So you to win this, to win the $89 minus your money, you end up putting in 125 plus your 25. So you end up putting in about 150 to win 70.
$89.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying from the beginning. I'm saying looking
Oh,
at
yeah, yeah.
your choice at the beginning, because remember, you have to put in your 25. To build this out, that's your risk ratio. And I'm suggesting that for this particular configuration, that your risk ratio of $1 is better. And
Mhm.
losing that $1 all the time. And when you win it, winning it with a lot of confidence.
Okay, yeah. With I think that this
With the
also
silver
from
tickets.
here I'm absolute from button, I think I like an ISO 20 times more. From here,
Mhm.
some small blind we're just gonna be way out of position. We need to
Yeah.
maybe tone it down a little bit for sure.
Yep. And great job. Okay.
Eh. Yeah, no, I agree. I think that yeah, maybe we do need to tone down the aggression tad bit pre-flop. Um
And also we've
I'm
seen that they're limping as they're limping as high as ace 10 offsuit.
yes.
I mean, they're also
That's
we know that there are some queen 4 offsuit limpers, but ace 10, not a bad hand. All right. Moving on.
My
um,
my last question would have been, what's the turn? Is there really no betting? Never do this.
Oh, you
So
mean bet
after the
after?
yeah, just bet this turn. Like, I don't know, maybe 10, just bet 10 or 8 or something.
what
Really
are their
small.
what are their ranges and what does our two cards want to do against those ranges?
So my idea here is that at least player 8 should wake up with some flush draws, I guess. At least the stronger ones. They also call it a 3-bet, so they cannot have like
They called an ISO.
l-
They call it
yeah.
nicer, which is very wide. That doesn't mean
Yeah. But it's
I
big.
mean these players are going to play a lot of hands.
Yeah.
Mm. So
They're
okay,
probably playing even 30 to 40% of hands to an ISO even to that size.
Yeah.
I see.
So
If you were on the
Uh,
button, you might raise, right? If you're in position.
So
okay,
if
I
we
get
got to the button, it checks. What would I think about their ranges if we get to the button and it goes check? So we would think that they are pretty capped in that spot when
Did we lose Brian or did we lose me?
Really, I can't hear Brian
It's
either.
Brian. It's
We lost.
Brian.
There you go. Okay. So Brian was going to say if he was on the button, he gets to see them check the turn before he acted. Here he didn't. And at that point, after they've checked twice into it, he's going to say they're pretty capped, and so I can set up a two street bluff here.
Mm.
On your idea where he bets out on the turn, imagine that you bet out and you're betting into the eight of spades.
Yeah, that is bad. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, that's bad. But
Oh, can you guys hear
my
me?
reasoning would be like,
You're back.
okay,
Yeah.
I don't know. Are people just calling a hand like, let's say Queen 8 offsuit here?
I would say that's within a calling range. I think that a lot of suited hands, hands that can make straights that have the ability, like a hand like 10-8 may call a decent bit here.
Okay.
Um, but I mean, it's hard to break down the range of every specific player, but I basically break it down into, I mean, it's going to be stronger when I ISO 25. It should be stronger. That doesn't always mean it will be. But I mean, like these are the same players that are doing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
These
Yeah.
are the
We
same
can't see your
same
screen.
players. Yeah, I'm my internet just went out. I'm on cellular on my phone.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, so these are the same players that are going to be, they're going to, like I would say that they are going to be calling any suited aces. Like they're going to limp call with a lot of suited aces because they have the ability to make the nuts. I would say at least that's what I think their thought process is. And then they're going to have all kinds of suited connectors. Some of them are going to have, I mean, they're going to have some offsuit broadways. They're going to have hands like Queen 10 offsuit, maybe even hands as low as 10-8 offsuit.
Hmm.
I mean, some of the hands I've seen get into showdown, I would say, in my time playing with a lot of these players have been absolutely outrageous when I'm ISOing to massive sizes. Like I've seen, ace five offsuit call a massive ISO.
You've
Okay,
seen Queen four
I
off.
think I understand at least that the line you choose on the turn would give you more clarity on what they have. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Probably better than just betting out.
yeah. Because
Yeah,
imagine you bet out, and when you take the pot, great. But then they probably had nothing. You bet out, and you get called by the eight of spades or the nine of spades.
yeah. What happens when we bet is what I would think.
Yeah, exactly. How do you proceed on the river? You can't be confident to make that big bet just because they called, because they can call with a better spade because they didn't have a chance to bet it. They have
Yeah,
a
Yeah.
I
chance.
mean,
They could
we're
call. They could call with the ace of spades and not raise you.
Yes, they're gonna be more likely they play their draws too passively. So a lot of the time when they don't bet the flop, that does not mean that they don't have flush draws here.
Yeah.
And then they're the hands we get to fold are like maybe tens. Like if we double barrel, we can get a pair of tens to fold or a pair of kings to cold on a four flush board.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get like I would just think like what happens when we bet? What are their two ranges? Their ranges are flush draws, single pair hands. I would say that they don't have a lot of 10x in this spot because a lot of their 10x probably just comes out and bets on the flop, being at least player eight's 10x probably comes out and bets on the flop. Sorry, I'm just resharing my screen. My internet's back.
Sorry, we are talking about turn because
Yeah, yeah.
at this
But
point they have a flush. Yeah.
yeah, so now like all those hands, that's what we thought their ranges were getting to the turn. So
Mm.
now in the turn they have flush draws. They don't have a lot of 10x. They have flushes and they don't have a lot of 10x. What is their flush do? It just calls. And then
Mm.
what? It just calls the river. And
Yeah.
then like the way we're gonna get the maximum fold equity is by check raising is one. So like if he came out and bet, so like even on this turn, so I that does not mean I'm gonna give up on this turn yet. Like if this guy comes out and bets and he bets small, like say he bets 12 on this turn, this guy folds and I'm here, I'm gonna raise because I'm gonna say that a lot of his strongest hands aren't gonna go that small. So we're gonna raise, but I actually wouldn't use a massive size here because actually maybe I would still use a massive size. Why would I want to use? I was kind of thinking maybe using a small size because one, we leave enough behind to attack on the river, and then no, I would go. I would. I don't know. Actually, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know how much I would want to raise. I think I would probably actually maybe just when he goes super small. I kind of actually like a calling line, And then on the river, we really get to figure out where he's at. Because if he goes 12 here and I call, and this guy folded, I call, I check to him, and he goes pretty small again, I'm blasting. Like I don't have showdown anymore, but I can make him fold everything because he has no strong flushes at that point.
And if he plays it well, he has a check check on his river. And a lot of them do. A lot of them are going to have check check with hands that beat you that aren't flushes.
Hmm.
So he bets a king or a 10 on the turn, gets a call, and then goes check check on the river. But again, you lost 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
I will risk that $12
Yeah.
to find the spot where I can blast him off and
Blast him
make,
off.
100.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's find another good one. I
We
don't
have
know,
this.
this one's so basic.
All right.
This one's just okay.
I
10.
I predict you're losing this hand.
Nit.
Yeah.
I have seen him play jacks before. I've played with him probably 3 times now.
Yeah.
He seems like a player that doesn't, maybe he's a snowbird that came down and just started playing.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, I feel like he's someone that has like an extreme amount of anxiety. Just the way he plays, he's like very fidgety and like always like tweaking out is what it looks like. But I've also never seen him three bet. So I've seen him play jacks where he just calls behind or he opens, and but I've never seen him three bet once. And I've
Okay.
seen him play jacks. So this kind of leads me to just calling, and we're kind of just going for a set at this point because
Calling here is a really, really significant adjustment.
I
Yeah.
dislike it too. I think that here I should just be this is what I think the adjustment should be. I think we've seen him play we've this is what's going on. Is he's got a weak three bet size, which is weird, but he's also not a study player, has no clue what the hell he's doing. So this really doesn't mean much of anything. And I think that here I think I can just four bet to a small size, force this guy out, and when he jams, I just fold every time because he has nothing but aces that jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
to your
the
side.
other issue is that when you just flat here, you're going to take this hand multi-way, which is going to reduce the value of it. Yeah, I think you
Agreed.
need to call for here.
Yeah, I should have thought about it more, but alarm bells started flying off in my head whenever this happened. And I was like, what the hell's going on right now? I've never seen this guy three bet once.
How
Um,
how
Well,
long?
how much of a, I mean, how much of it, you can't have a lot of a sample with this
I've
guy. Right?
probably played at least 20 hours with him.
It's a
That's a
pretty
lot.
big sample.
That's an
I mean, that's a lot of time that I've never seen him three bet.
that's a lot of time. Okay.
Yeah.
What if you do the raise fold with pocket kings, which is an unbelievable level of exploit? What's your
Oh, I
side?
will.
Mine is
I
60,
think
85.
I think I just go to 60
Okay.
because when he jams, I mean, we still accomplish what we want. This guy's folding out when we go to 60. He should be folding out almost everything. So when we go to 60, we get this guy to fold out. And then now when this guy jams, we know exactly what the hell he has. I mean, already here, I'm sitting here like, oh God, I've never seen him three bet ever. So
Yeah.
I already am pretty confident in what he has. I mean, I dislike this. I agree with you guys. This was maybe like autopilot with my brain with all the alarm bells. When I see this happen going off, I just kind of autopilot into stat mining mode instead of thinking, okay, maybe we should try and force this guy out. We can re-raise here. And when he calls, I mean, he's going to have a lot of queens. Maybe he has ace king every once in a while. I just don't think he does. I mean, I see him limp ace king. So
Here's why your call is good. So
no, it's not.
no, with your logic. When you decided that kings were a set mine, you don't want to get you don't want to get the second player out if you're set mining. If you're legitimately set mining,
Which I wish that was what was actually.
right? Because
I'm
imagine
gonna punt my money off. Get ready.
right. Yeah, of course you are. But imagine you had pocket fives here, pocket sixes.
I just call.
Yeah. And if you say that the king, if you believe that his range is aces, and sometimes it's aces, but occasionally he wakes up with aces, if that's what you believe his range is, he's giving you an incredible price to set mine with kings. You don't need to get the second guy out.
Yeah, I
Okay,
still like,
go on.
but yeah, no, and you know what the big problem though is that in this spot I need to have the idea that when I get here, like if I'm gonna take this line instead of the line of four betting, I need to be I'm folding like this. We need to fold this flop or we need to fold this turn when we don't
let's
hit.
see what his line is. Let's see how big he bets.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
Do this.
I think the better player is I think the better option here is to 4 bet to like 60.
Mhm.
And when this guy jams, I just fold.
Yep.
We just get the hell out of the way. Um check. He bets 30.
Half pot.
And then now I'm in the spot where it's like, okay, um the big thing here is that I just I called here. So we call one time. This guy folds. This is what should be going through my head. Call one time. I checked here. He jams.
Fold.
And yeah, I agree. I should have. I didn't. I don't even want to show it. Everybody knows what he has. We all know what he has. And I literally said you have aces. And then I was like, oh my gosh, is there any chance that he has queens? I was like, I know he doesn't have jacks. So basically in this spot, it's super unlikely he has kings. Half the time he has queens, which I already am discounting heavily. And most of the time he has aces. So we just need to fold. I did not. This is my first hand of the night too, which was frustrating. Of course, aces. We knew it. Everybody knew it. But I mean, I knew it. I don't know about everybody else. But yeah.
If this
So
so for this one to play it this way and fold, the word never has to be not a poker never. It has to be the actual word never. This has to be the first 3-bet you've seen in 20 hours. If this is one of the very few, then it includes aces, kings, and queens.
yes.
People don't get aces, kings, or queens that often, but they,
Well, I
but
was racking my brain trying to remember because I've played 20 hours with him. I'm like, has he ever 3-bet? I'm like, I'm trying to find one spot he 3-bet. And I have a pretty solid memory. Like I remember most hands down to
yeah,
like a T, and I just could not find the hand. And the only thing flashing through my head was when he had jacks, he called behind. I
that's
mean,
that that's a huge dividing line. That's great.
yeah, that should more or less put me in the idea of we should fold here
Mhm.
more than not because I know one thing about him. I don't think I've ever seen him 3-bet. Big,
Mhm.
that's important. And then on top of that, I have a solid recollection of him calling behind with pocket jacks.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we should just fold. That's what I think.
Mhm.
I mean, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's a crazy adjustment," but
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you make so much more money when you're playing. It's just the exploit is twofold when they have nothing but aces.
Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I think that
I
and I
mean,
think that read of nothing but aces, we should not put that read on anyone else.
I
And we should
mean, there's a few players that I've thrown in there that are just that I'm like and there's also certain lines that are just always aces. Like there's times when I've 4-bet and somebody 5-bets for instead of jamming they 5-bet
that's
to a.
aces.
Yeah, I'm like, this is aces. Like, there's ace king jams here. Even aces jams a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And like, they just aren't 5-betting me. Kings aren't 5-betting me. I mean, a lot of the time, they're just going to call with kings because they're like, oh, he could have aces.
Right.
So,
Or they're gonna jam, you know, with the kings.
yeah.
One or two, but they're not gonna small bet kings. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like, when I'm 1,000 deep at the end of the night and someone 5-bets me to, a third of their stack and I have kings or queens, I'm already like, oh, God, just lay it down. Like, I've done it plenty of times where I've just laid
Yeah.
down queens or kings and stuff like
Mhm.
that. I mean, there's plenty of players that I would never lay that down to,
Sure.
but there's also a lot of players that I'm never calling in that spot, and I need to make sure I do those exploits. Um, this one, oh yeah, we're just gonna show me punting off my stack for the next. This was not a good session.
There is no one in my game that I would fold those kings to in that
Yeah.
game. Yeah, so I'm gonna go broke in a different order than you probably, but I'm going broke to everyone in my game with my kings there.
Yeah, which is fair because
Yeah.
those are the people you're playing against. Like you have to adjust to the people you're playing
Yeah.
against. I'm trying to adjust to the people
Yeah.
I'm playing against.
Good. Good. Okay. Excellent. All right.
Um, we ISO to 20 and we're playing 1-2, so we get four
Jesus.
calls.
All right.
All right,
Okay, so
yeah.
I've asked you this question before, but I'm curious. Do you think now, and I don't know the answer, do you think it's more profitable in this game to, Increase your ISO size to 30.
Well, this was like I put in. You guys saw me in the Discord saying, "What do we think about a
Right.
table where no one's folding?" This was, I mean, this was kind of the hand that made me
Yeah,
transition into ISOing to 30, and then I start ISOing to 30 and just still getting called in 3, 4 spots.
it's crazy.
So I was just like, "What the hell do I do?" I was like, "Should I just have a 3% like ISO range and then a like a increase my RFI size, tighten up slightly, and then have a like 3% ISO range, and then have every other playable hand behind it, like that I would normally ISO, just becomes a limping range with when there's a bunch of players that just aren't gonna aggressive enough to ISO me off of my hand.
You can have two, you against this player pool, you can have a two-size ice, you can have a two, you can split your ISO range.
So you think that's the better adjustment is to split ISO range, and then instead of increasing a limping range, I don't mean I have no limping range, but
I,
make a instead of having a limping range.
I think it'd be my first one and see if and see if they've pick up on it. I think I'd start with that. Yeah.
We
And
already
then
know
and
that they're
then and
not
then
going
and
to.
then and then the limping range would be the pocket threes out of position was the limp.
Yes, absolutely. That
The
would
other
be a limp in
range,
this
yeah.
game.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I would split.
Yeah, I mean, well, I see what Josh said in the chat, but the whole point of ISOing is not to go multi-way. So, like, because you don't want to get a massive pot with 9-9. Yeah, but your entire reason that you're ISOing is because you're not trying to go multi-way.
Right.
So then it doesn't really make as much sense to raise at all
Right,
if
except
you're,
you're inflating the pot when you're out handing everybody. They're putting
yeah.
they're putting in lots of money with worse hands than you are, and that is an ABC recipe for making money in poker. It's not the one that you've been studying. You've been studying a much more exploitative style, but there is no question that getting in big pots with the best hand pre-flop
Mhm.
is a profitable strategy.
Yeah, it's best. I mean, like if you're gonna ISO 9-9, like I would be much more honestly, I would much rather ISO a hand like 9-9 than ace king to a massive size because we're in the spot where when we hit flops, we stack everybody versus when we're going multi-way with ace king, it goes down majorly in value when we make top pair.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
multi-way and money starts piling in, we're not in a great spot. Versus when yeah, ace king's much better heads up, and 9-9's better multi-way. So I'd rather ISO with nines, even if it flat is inflated, because when I hit my flops, I stack off everybody. And when I hit my flops with ace king, I'm not in a great spot
Yeah.
when they're just gonna call ISOs with ace seven offsuit, ace six offsuit, all that random bullshit. So yeah, I mean. I don't know. I'm trying to. So you think? So how would you construct your split ISO range and limping range in that spot then? Like top, very top of range hands that want to get multi heads up are going to be the strong hands that you're going to ISO to a massive size. Hands that are okay playing multi-way, you're going to ISO. I'm going to ISO to my normal size that's already way bigger than normal,
Yeah.
and then
Hands that are
and
okay
then
way, but are the best hand. But that
uh-huh.
that are the best hand out of the group, that are in the top quarter of hands of all the people who call you.
So we go like tens through sixes, tens through fives, ISO to normal size, and then jacks plus ISO to big size, including like ace king, ace queen,
Yep.
maybe throw some king queen in there.
Your king jack suited, king 10 suited raises, though you keep those ISOs in, you put them in the smaller size, remembering that the smaller size is not small. And you
Yeah, I
see,
mean my smaller size is still large.
right. And then you see how they react.
Yeah, so then we can limp all of our suited connectors
Mhm.
and smallest pocket pairs.
Right. Because a suited
Yeah,
connector ISO is a terrible strategy if
if
they
people
are
aren't going to fold ace five suited.
yeah, if they're not folding. It's just when you do that terrible strategy, you have this lovely out that you're at least there with a suited connector, but you've paid too
Mhm.
much to get there, and
Yeah.
yeah, and you're not paying.
Yeah, I like that. I like that adjustment best, I think. I haven't played at a table like this again. This was the most outrageous that I've ever played where I was just getting called and
Yeah,
I mean it's 1-2 live, so you're gonna get called a
yeah,
lot, but
yep.
1-2 live, I've never been called like this, especially isolating to monster sizes.
Yeah.
But okay, so we get here.
Mhm.
What do you guys want to do? Oh,
I want to bet.
yep. I go with the big better check in a multi-way pot. I decide that big bet is around half pot here when it's this big already.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide like how much will honestly, I think that maybe a better adjustment here is when we're this multi-way is maybe we just go like very small.
That's what theory
Not
tells
very.
us.
I think we go small for the idea that when we're this multi-way and it checks all the way to me and I'm on the button, I'm like it's gonna naturally check and flow to me. So we can go, maybe we just go smaller here with that we're gonna be able to get money from aces later on in the game, and we still want them to raise off all of their strong hands.
And not smaller than 25.
Yeah, no, not smaller than 25. I was thinking like 30. I
Yeah.
think 50 might be a little bit big. It puts you in the spot where like when you flop two pair or set here and you're early to act, you have a great spot to just call and let other people in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that maybe we go like 30, 25, 30 instead of 50 is I think a better play. No, this guy jams. This guy's a spaz. I'm really not worried about this at all. I think if he flopped any ace, he's doing this. Um, this guy folds. So what do you want to do when this happens?
I want to call, not. Why am I talking? I want
What
someone
does
else to answer.
everybody want to do? Let's
Yeah.
hear. Bub, what do you think?
Okay. Josh says it's an easy call or jam. Yep, it's exactly those things. The question is, do you want to jam now or do you want to call now? Those are your
I did
choices.
not.
So,
I didn't want to jam because this is a very strong range. The problem is, I'm like, if I call and he jams, can I fold? I mean, I should be able to, like, in exploitatively.
no, because of the outs you have against two pair.
Yeah.
That I thought I played this like shit because I call here
I like
because that's what I think. I'm in position and I think this is a very strong range still. Like this calls next to act multi-way. This is a very strong range, especially to a large size like 50.
And also, especially because there's very few draws on this dry texture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ace
Maybe
queen,
some gutter
ace,
stuff.
but ace queen and ace jack are very strong hands in his mind.
I mean, that's true. That's part of
So
what's going through my head. I was like, how many? He's only got this much left. So he jams then. And I really wanted to fold. That's like, I don't know if I can fold here. It's like, this is ridiculous. I need to call. I'm getting, what do I need? This is basically what is he betting? Half pot bet almost when it comes down to it. So
You're getting like 16%. It's like 5 to 1.
yeah, it's five
You
to
can't
one.
fold top pair tuck kicker here 5 to 1.
I want to. I didn't.
you can. You're allowed to do it, but let's assume let's range these guys, and we're absolutely dead against tens or threes, and there's two people who can have them, but against ace ten and ace three, how
We have
we have
when we have
3.
running straight
we
outs,
have
and then
12.
we have
Yeah, we have you know we have 12%.
three times four, 12%. Well, which that puts us in the spot of we are not. Okay, so the question is, do we think he ever does this with anything less than two pair? And I think there is a portion of the time that this happens with less than two
Absolutely.
pair.
I would
So
agree.
yes,
Yes.
Absolutely.
I
Ace
think that
Jack,
there.
I think it's in there.
Yes, I agree, and that's kind of what got me to call, even though I was like, I'm pretty sure it's not, but I think there is a, let's say there's a 25% of the time this is less than two pair, but like ace jack, ace queen, I mean they play ace queen too passively pre-flop. They play ace jack. I mean ace jack offsuit shouldn't be here, but it's gonna be here. Ace jack suited, they play too passively. Um, so they still have all their strong aces that they're never putting down. And then they have combos of ace 10 and ace 3, pocket tens, pocket threes. And then so against their two pair, I have, 12% to hit two pair. And then if we think there's a portion of the time that they're just not doing this with anything other than, yeah, I think there's a portion of the time that they're doing this with, ace jack, ace queen. So
Ace three has even more outs. The 10 is an out to ace three.
yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
even if 10% of the time he's doing it with ace jack, ace queen, you have a
Mhm.
call here. Like I'm just never gonna fold to less than 100. Just no way.
I really
Uh,
wanted to because I felt that I
I
was definitely behind, but
yeah. I mean, I know that feeling, but
yeah, I made the call. He had ace 10. We lose.
Right.
yeah.
This was a rough night. I was down like 700 in an hour. Just
Yeah.
All right, let's look at this against the actual thing. Let's give you 1 second to do the real numbers in Poker Cruncher, and then we'll see how much we actually needed. All right, so this is
I'll do it real quick.
we got
You have the odds here,
yeah
Yeah, I
especially
think
if
I
you
do.
include ace three.
ace three has the three more outs. I looked at your Sam. I looked at your menu.
Yum yum.
Yum yum looks very tasty. And if you want to spend a minute, I'll tell you how where the weird display in Safari on the Mac is. If you want to do that.
I
Okay,
need
Sure.
15% to
not bad.
call,
It's not a bad thing. Okay,
is what it says. The math says I need 15% to call.
right, 15%. Okay, you need 15%, and what do you have against exactly these? Not their range. These exact hands this time.
13%, I think.
He times 4, so about, yeah, maybe we would say 13. Because, well, actually, it's true. Because if we're against, that's true though. Also, if it's ace 10, we have outs to, well, ace 3, but ace
Oh,
10. I mean,
roll
we
these.
can hit,
I'm going to do
it's
these.
probably closer to 13 because we can go running, board can running
Yeah,
pair,
yeah.
and then,
Go
all
to the
that
river.
stuff.
Yeah, roll to the river. I'm going to put
So if
in
it goes jack, jack, I win.
So we have ace of spades, king of clubs. He has, okay, keep going.
I'm on the river.
Show the hands. Yeah, no, show the hands. Go roll it all the way to the river. There we go.
I was new.
And
I felt like I was ahead of this
ace
all
of
day.
clubs, 10 of spades, and the board is 10 of clubs, 3 of spades, ace of hearts, and your equity is you have 16%. You needed
Oh,
15.
okay.
You needed 15. That's what you've got with your runners, right? Now,
Yeah,
it's if we change him from the ace 10 to an ace 3 of clubs.
I have significantly more.
Yep, let's do ace 3 of clubs there. You've now got 31%.
Yeah, but then you need to do a range.
No, right. I'm putting in these two. I'm saying in these two is we know you're in a disaster against the sets. You're doing great against the ace 3, and you're not even a dog against the ace 10. And then
Ah,
we have the range of if any of it is spacey. If you're ever ahead, I didn't even give him an ace jack or an ace queen, which he can have. So
mhm.
yeah, I think it's a call.
I still, my question is if we think that 100% of the time he has two pair plus, do we need to I mean, we still just call then, right?
My thing is,
Well, if we
if I'm getting the right odds, I'm just gonna call.
all
Like
right.
Okay.
even if I know worst case scenario, he's never
Yeah, but
bluffing. He always
what
has
about
a
on the
set.
river?
Hmm?
What about on the river? Like, say you're in a river spot where you're like,
Oh yeah, on
okay,
the river,
I need to win
obviously.
this percentage of the time. And I think, but I'm saying it's kind of a similar spot here. I know you're
No,
right. I mean, you're right. I guess if we think it's two pair plus, then we eliminate all of ace jack, then we're only doing really very good against what ace 3 and ace 10, and we still have all the sets that we're dead to.
like this is like
I'll
on
show
the
you how to
flop.
bet.
If you roll back on the flop, this is like a very simple math problem. If I plug it into Poker Cruncher, I give him the strongest range, which is sets two pairs only, and I break even on the call. I'm never gonna fold.
Okay.
Never.
Oh, hold on.
Because
Let me put the board in. I didn't put that in. Ace
because
Okay.
clubs.
as soon as you put in one combo of ace queen or ace jack, the the odds tilt in your favor. If you make that call in the long run, if he ever only shows up with one combo of ace jack or ace queen, you will win money. That's how I look at it.
Okay. So even though I know I'm behind, I can still call.
I mean,
Yeah, like
here's the numbers. Now I've done it for real. We have ace king. We expected the guy to have an ace nine kind of hand. He has an ace and we have a better kicker. That's from the second guy. Great. We give this guy 10-10, 3-3, ace 10, ace 3. This is it. Two pair and better. Nothing else. We still have 13%. We needed 15. That's against this exact range.
But
No.
Okay.
and
but how
I
can
would-
we call then on the flop? But can we just fold against the bet and the raise?
No, it was.
Or did I misread
bet
the hand?
call. It was a bet call raise.
what if you take out the ace three
Oh.
off? Just say the guy is tight. He only flats with the suited ones.
Okay.
What happened then?
All right. With no ace 3 off, just the ace 3 suited.
Yeah.
Okay. This is how bad it is. Oh, I
Wow,
gotta put the
I-
board back. No,
I
I
was
gotta
about
put
to
the
say.
board back in. I gotta put the board back in. Sorry. Ace of hearts, 10 of clubs, 3 of who cares?
Yeah. Who cares? Yeah.
3 of who cares. Okay. There we go. Play that out. 9%. That's bad. We needed those extra ace threes there. But let's give him only that. But let's also give him ace jack off, ace queen off.
Then you definitely have a call.
Yeah, ace jack and
Yeah.
ace queen.
Just give him ace jack.
Ace king. And give him ace king. There we go.
That's true. You can throw ace king in there,
There
but
we
they're gonna
go.
play passively.
There we go.
Yeah, now I'm doing great.
You're killing it against this range. Killing it.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I need to. I was beating myself up in this one at the table because I was like, I know I'm behind, and I called. But I guess I guess I'm getting there. I guess I have the odds to.
Right.
No.
So your guy has no bluffs, 0 bluffs, no bluffs.
Yeah, I know it's not a
It's
bluff.
value
I was
hand.
sitting there. I was like, this is not a bluff ever.
Right. Which of these value hands does he not have? Look at this range. Tell me what you want me to eliminate. What does he not do this with?
I think that's a fair enough range. Yeah.
There you go.
Ace 10, ace jack, ace queen, ace king. Yeah, this is fair enough. I mean, I guess no aces here. So no pocket aces, what I mean. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, and he's not doing this with, there's not like if he had a combo draw, if there's like a combo draw on the board, maybe. I don't know. But this is
All right.
yeah,
Let's
no,
take,
I wouldn't even discount sets though, because it's multi-weighting. They love to like, especially first act, they love to just call behind an aggressor to let other people in.
all right. Let's just do this. Ace 10 and ace queen. That he doesn't do it with ace jack. Doesn't even do it with ace jack. All right. So you lose your ace jacks. Still 27%.
Yeah.
And
Or you could
I only gave him ace queen.
Yeah. Okay.
or you could do it the other way. Take away all the ace queen offsuit, ace jack offsuit, and just give him the suited ones. The less
Okay.
combo that he is overvaluing, the less equity we have.
Right.
And if you err on the side of caution and the math is still telling you to call, then don't think, just call.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because I did that last night where someone just open jammed and I flopped a massive combo draw with 60% equity. And I was just like, I have to call. Like, I have more
Yeah.
equity in this hand. I'm behind, but I have more equity in this hand for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So,
no ace queen off. No, you said no ace queen off at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said no ace queen off, only ace queen suited, right?
Yeah, just
Yes.
give him
That's the range. Ace
no
king,
ace jack off, no
but
ace queen
that's
off.
that's not an accurate range at all though, because you know that those are the hand they're getting in there with those types of hands. So I would say that's not accurate. I think we can throw in ace jack off, ace
right? But
queen
I'm
off,
saying
ace king off.
even this bad, even this bad.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
your
Cool.
equity.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
And most of the time you lose.
Yeah.
We're okay. You're supposed to lose most of the time at this point. So There we go. All
Well, I'm
right.
hitting that variance hard right now.
Excellent. Nicely done. Well lost. Well lost. All right.
Um, oh my
All
God.
right.
I don't like the way I played this either. I did not play well this day. I left very
Okay.
early.
Okay. Share it so
Oh,
we can
oh,
all see
okay.
what
Yeah,
we do.
my bad. I wish Andy was here. Andy says that I don't bring enough puns, but all right. So now I have decided, which I don't think this is the hand to do it with. Now that I'm in this re-evaluating, I think that this is a maybe if we're going to split our ISO range, this is a still a smaller ISO size, and then we ISO bigger with our stronger hands, obviously,
Yeah.
if
And
we
when you do
expect to go
this,
multi-way.
and then here's your other result. Now that you've got this smaller size there, if you find that the smaller size is always going multi, stop ISOing queen nine suited. Don't
What's up?
if the smaller size ISO is always going multi,
Mhm.
stop ISOing queen nine suited.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's kind of the. I guess I skipped the adjustment of going to the smaller size. But yeah, I tried this. I think, dude, I sat down and I got dealt a bunch of very good hands that just got cracked. But in the first hour, and I was ISOing to that smaller size and getting called in multiple spots like every time. So I made the adjustment. Okay, maybe I go bigger, still get called. So I was like, what the hell do I do in this situation? I was like, do I just ISO very strong hands and then limp my medium strength hands? It's kind of what I was thinking.
Yep. Um,
Um,
Josh says about the queen nine suited. No, queen nine suited is okay multi. Yes, it is, but you still don't want to inflate the. But if you have a choice with queen nine suited, and I say you have three options. You can fold queen nine suited to a limp, you can limp behind and go multi, or you can raise and go multi.
Also, I
Raising
would think
is
about it.
not your best
I would think
choice.
about it like this: if I'm gonna ISO to 30 and I'm not gonna get somebody to fold king queen offsuit, then it's a very bad
Yeah,
ISO to
yeah,
30.
yep, exactly. Yeah. It's like you get saved by the fact that it's queen nine suited and it can make straights and it can make flushes, but you get saved after putting in 15 big blinds when you didn't need to.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So
30 is huge. Yes. Huge. And he gets called in two places.
I'm always trying to adjust. That's what I can say, Josh.
Yeah.
Be like water. What is that? Karate Kid? He says that. I don't know.
Yep. Be like water.
That's what I'm trying to do is be, if I see that, like, as soon as I see something, it's like, all right, this is how we're going to exploit this player. Um, Now this guy donks, and I'm in the spot. I'm open-ended. Um, but I was sitting here thinking, I mean, this is generally stronger than like a donk multi-way is usually stronger than
Hmm.
heads up. I also am open-ended and I get to evaluate on later streets. So I call
I like it.
and we hit a queen.
I
Just
don't.
check, check. I dislike, I don't think I need to bet here. I do, but I don't think I need to. I think this is a frustration. I'm angry. I've gotten cracked like four times already,
Mhm.
and I want to win a pot bet.
I don't think a bet's bad
Why?
here necessarily.
Yeah. Why is a bet bad here though?
I don't hate the
Yeah,
bet. I'm not. I think that when I bet here, though, we check the river a lot.
Yeah,
What do
and
you?
also, I
That's what I
mean,
think.
can you call a reasonable check raise? I would say you can.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still open-ended technically,
I don't want
and
to.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to. If I get check raised, I don't want to.
But I
Boy,
also think that this guy's extremely capped here, and so is this guy. So like I'm trying to bet small because I think that when he goes. So he donks and then checks the turn. I think that this includes a lot of like 10x, 8x, stuff like that. That
nine,
donked.
nines, a lot of
Yes.
sometimes
Yeah.
eight, sometimes 9, 8, 9, 7, 9, 10 with the nine. But yeah, all those hands. You beat all of them.
So basically there was thought process behind this, but I also am not sure how much I love it. But I think this guy's extremely capped.
Hmm.
He goes check, check again. So I think he's got a lot of flush draws. This guy's got he's got flush draws, maybe some like weak 10x and 8x, stuff like that. I think that this guy is extremely capped after going donk check.
Hmm.
So I think that I kind of want to I want to deny equity and get value from flush draws and straight draws and 10x. So that's kind of thought process behind betting here. Um,
Yeah.
I go to 55.
I like
Um,
size. I like anything. I like anything from 50 to 80 here. I like that size.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with a check. I like that size.
Maybe I was so defeated in this session where I was just getting crushed that I felt like I was doing everything wrong.
Now we've all been there.
I liked
I
this.
felt like I felt like everything I was doing was wrong.
It's
You're
okay.
So
getting
I lost
check
a
if
value from
I
lower
had a
hands.
700 losing session 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's all
dude,
right.
this was 2 days ago, and this was in an hour. I lost like 700. It was just getting. I think I didn't play great, but I also think like you guys said that, yeah, you can't always fold, you can't fold kings there, but I'm like, dude, you can fold kings. I've played 20 hours with this person, never seen him three bet, seen him play jacks. He only calls. Like, we know
Yep.
what he has. We need to fold.
Yep.
That's the spot we need to find the fold. And that's what frustrated me the most was I was angry at myself after like the first hand I sat down, I was angry at myself. I did get up and take a break, but I don't think I
Good.
ever fully let it go.
That's
I
the
don't
good
think I
thing.
ever fully let it go though.
You did, but you physically walked away from the table.
Yeah, no, I was like, I walked outside. I sat
Good.
outside for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I was like, all right, let's try
Okay.
and
Good.
turn it around.
Okay. Here's one other thing you can do. I don't recommend it, but if you find yourself in that thought process, get up, walk around. That's good. Table change will also change your thought process.
Hmm.
You lose the information on the other players there, but that's not a terrible thing. And going home is never terrible. All right. You have
That's
nice,
the thing is that
all
when
your,
you sit down and you're getting crushed like this, but I'm like, these are people I want to be playing with. Like, this is a table that I can
then
make a
sit,
lot of money at.
then
But
sit and take the variance.
yeah,
But
so
you have to be playing at the level that you can beat them. If you stop playing at the level that you can beat them, then you're not exploiting the variance. Then you're
mhm.
just playing losing poker. All right. You bet 55. I like it. He
He
called.
calls.
Great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. If he checks, you check behind. He doesn't check.
So what do we think about his range here? I basically was like, what in the hell? I think it's not a bluff.
Okay, it's ace of clubs with another
That's
club.
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm thinking is ace of clubs.
Ace
I'm
10.
like,
Very
I
good.
literally said it's funny you said that. I literally said, what did you have? The ace of clubs. Like what? I
Yeah, it
was
looks
like,
like it, right? It's like often sometimes they just have what it looks like.
yeah. And I this is a spot where I think I just need to fold, even though I know
Yeah, the price is ridiculous, but
I think
I
I can just know here this is not a bluff and I need to fold.
yeah, this is a very underbuffed spot.
Yep.
I mean,
I
you said you know the guy. If I don't know, I would just call.
different guy. I've played with him a couple of times. I've seen him play now, and he was just an absolute calling station. So that kind of led me even more to the thought that he just
Oh.
has an ace here. Like
Yes.
he's gonna get here with so many more aces than anybody else.
Yeah, but I don't
So
I don't think I don't give them credit for being able to bet like an ace six of clubs here because the
true.
fact that you he donked and you flat.
So what do you think his range is then?
So like if I don't know the guy, I would classify this as like I don't know what the fuck to do bet.
That's
And if
kind
I
of what
have
was going on in my
yeah,
head.
yeah, if I have showdown, then I would just call until he shows me that he understood hand reading and was capable of betting an ace on the river with these kind of sizing for thin value. Then I would evaluate.
This is not a capable player. This is I have hand, I bet player.
Yeah, but even with those players too, like if he bet ace five of clubs on the flop and then you called, you bet the turn, he calls and he rivers an ace. I don't think they bet ace five of clubs here for value.
Okay. What
Uh,
about something that we'd also put deeply in his range is something like ace 10 or ace 8 or ace 7 that would donk the flop,
Yep.
yeah,
check the turn.
Well,
so it is yeah, so it is like when you could take away the thin value that owns your hand. Or this could be a hand that I don't know what the fuck to do, like Jack 10, that doesn't want to call a big bet because you have shown that you are capable of betting the river for value and bluff. Sometimes
Yeah, well, they
I
really
see
don't know
players like
that.
that. Yeah, sometimes but they don't know that, but they do this kind of shit. Like even Scott does these things. Like we've seen it, right?
Yeah.
So when that's the situation that I think this is either a 2 pair plus hand or nothing, then
See, the
I
thing is,
would just like
I classified him as being incapable of bluffing from seeing, I haven't played with him a ton, but I had never seen him make a bluff. He played every single hand, and there's multiple spots where I would absolutely be bluffing that he's not bluffing, and just like going to showdown with Jack High instead
All,
of when there's been no aggression shown.
yeah,
all
And
these
then
arguments, all these arguments are for a fold. All of
yeah,
Brian's
that's
analysis is for a fold. And
yeah.
so now let's do the math question, which
so I have a
is
question. If we see multiple showdowns where you see a spot that you basically said everyone here is capped, and this guy then checked down with a hand that has no showdown value, we can then make the assumption that they are under bluffing in most spots.
I want to see some of those heads up. When you said everyone is capped,
That's true. Yeah,
it's
that's true because it is multi-way.
I want to see it in I want to see it in a heads up hand.
That's accurate as well. That no, I didn't think about that. So I hadn't seen a lot of
Yeah.
heads up, so I couldn't make that full
Yeah.
assumption. But I'm going in the idea of ace high boards under bluff, double Broadway boards under bluffed. Like
There's a
I
third
bet
there's a third
he
element.
bets the flop. I bet into him for a significant size in this game. He calls. Now he bets into me on the river. This is under bluffed.
Yeah,
There's a
King
third
Jack or Ace X.
right. So you said the other thing about him. You said he's a calling station.
Hmm.
If he is a calling station, then we can also guess that he thinks other people are calling stations.
I like what Dean said, and this thought did go through my brain. But the other thing that went through my brain is that multi-way he jammed his ace nine. That's kind of like, am I ever getting him to fold an ace?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think ace 10 and ace 8 are well represented in this line.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Take a guess. What do we think he gets to showdown with? Because I call.
King Jack.
Let's hear some other stuff.
Well, it's stick on one ace. So it's an ace.
Jack 9 of
Um,
clubs.
I don't like this.
Scotty,
9 of clubs. I don't like
Josh,
this.
Rain.
Like
Ace
ace,
10,
like
ace-
ace of club with another club, but something.
Ace 7, ace 8, ace 9, ace 10. And I'm calling
You guys
that
are
all
so optimistic.
ace king. Jesus
What the
God.
fuck?
What the fuck?
yeah,
That's what
Yep.
I said. I literally got up and left after this. I was like, I'm out of here. I need to leave. This made me so
He wasn't
mad.
folding. He wasn't folding.
Yeah, no, fucking shot. He was folding. 0% chance of him folding. Yeah, I told these are some odd hands, aren't they?
I should have said ace jack. I should have. I was not going to get to ace king. I should have put ace jack in there because ace jack is the same thing as ace 9. And I didn't see that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ace jack. All right.
So
There we go.
limp calls ISO with ace king. Interesting.
Calls ISO ace king.
Yeah, and then
Donks
yeah,
out with
Yeah, so your assumption is correct. This guy is incapable of bluffing. So whenever he takes this sizing is
we
in
fold.
value,
Yeah.
we
Yep.
fold. We
You're right.
fold more, and then if we
Well,
happen to have ace 10, we jam.
well, get ready because I played with him the next day and I stacked him for like 700. It was a great day where we just attacked him.
Bug says that guy watched a lot of football. All right. Next hand.
Okay,
That one, yeah. So with your analysis, you should have folded the river on that one.
I
You
agree.
found that fold. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and this isn't a guy I've played with maybe one other time before this, so I was kind of still adjusting to his style. But I think as we moved on, after I played with him, like I said, the next day, and I was just
Yeah.
I was stacking him off all the damn time. It was great.
Right.
So we have pocket sevens. I mean, you guys can all guess what I'm going to do. What do you guys want to do?
You can ISO. At this table, you should not fold. And
This
calling
is a
behind
different table. Different
Okay.
table, new day.
New day. At your stakes, you shouldn't fold. You can
No.
ISO is fine, and the call is fine. And if you needed to put, if you're going to split your ISO ranges, this should go to your smaller size because your small size is still big. I wouldn't put sevens in the giant size.
Okay. Well, no, this is the new table, so we haven't had to make. I've been getting a lot of folds from my
Okay,
ISOs. Been able to get it heads up.
perfect.
This happened to not be one of those times.
All right, that's it. All right.
All right. Now we get a check. I I'm checking here all the time. Does anybody else want to do anything different?
Nope,
Yep. Check here. Checks all the way through.
like that.
Hated this card.
Ooh.
This card made me so upset. So now we get this. What do you want to do? Imposition raise, call behind and allow more into the pot. Like, what do we want? What do you guys think here? This is the same player too that calls off with Ace King that had the limp called Ace King.
My first thought is call. My second thought is call. My third thought is raise.
I went I went for a raise. So there is a reason behind this raise is that I've played a lot of hands with this guy now. I've never played with him before until tonight. I tried to bluff him a couple of times. The guy does not bet top pair on the flop ever. He will always bet it on the turn. So I do like this
Uh,
guy. What do we and this guy, I don't this guy's like I don't even know, dude. I don't know if there's a thought going through this guy's brain. Like
I
he is awful.
I have a question. You said the passive guy would always bet top pair, top kicker on the turn, right?
Yep.
I'm just top pair in general.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if someone bets into him and he has top pair, would he raise it?
I don't think he's gonna fold it. I've tried to blast him off a top pair a couple of times at this point, and he just did not fold. Or twice I tried, and I was like, all right, we're done doing that. We're not gonna try and get him to
Okay,
fold top pair anymore.
so your idea here is basically if you raise, he will never fold top pair, but if you
Yes.
call, you don't know if he's going to raise it.
Yes, I don't know if he's gonna raise it. That's kind of what I'm in the spot of like, do I want to raise off? He's never folding an ace here if he has an ace. This guy, I don't think he's ever folding an ace if I raise one time.
Mhm.
So what do
If
we want to do?
you believe that that of the two guys behind, they don't fold to the bet and the raise, then I like the raise better.
I think, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
don't think
with
these
your
two.
reads,
I honestly,
with
this
your
guy probably not. This guy's gonna call me with King Queen probably.
All right.
This is the ace king guy, dude. He'll call with anything. And I will say there's a flush draw on the board. I haven't put this in wrong. There was a
Oh,
flush
okay.
draw on the board.
Oh, then go to 50. Yeah, go to 50.
Um,
Sure.
I raised to 75. Yeah, I think I went to 75. Big, but people that don't want to fold top pair as much, we're gonna go bigger against.
Yeah.
Now we get this, and
Great.
we get this.
Great. You might be up against one of them might have a straight champ.
That was what was going through my head, but I was like,
They might.
yeah, but there's enough ace X that like I was like, it happens. If I lose to a straight, I lose to a straight here.
And if you
So
lose
I
to
make
pocket aces, you lose to pocket aces.
Yeah, I just really don't see any pocket aces. I mean, it's possible I've ISO'd here, but like,
Yep.
I mean, yeah, as obviously it's 1-2, they can have fucking anything.
Yep.
But
Bouts against a straight, but I will tell you that one of those, if one of those guys has a straight, the other guy is blocking at least some of your full house outs. Still gonna call, but we're still not folding.
um,
You beat some of what they consider value.
what you're saying, the other guy's beating the guy's blocking some of my full house outs. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess ace six or ace five, and then
Yeah. Any six, any five, any seven blocks some of your outs against the straight. So be it.
sure, and the four liner gets there, and this guy had a flush draw.
Right.
But yeah, so we get there ace seven, we get to case seven that makes him very stackable.
Yeah.
Good run. There we go. Happy with that one.
Any idea what player 9 had?
Now
He
let's
had a flush draw. There was I was trying to say I put this in wrong there. I think there was a club draw or a spade draw on the board. He said he called with a
wait,
spade draw.
now before you move on, let's just play this out one time on that turn where you call. So you call, he's going to raise his ace seven, right?
Yeah, I call. He raises.
The flush draw doesn't fold for the same reason. Maybe
Nope.
he jams. You don't fold.
Maybe we get this guy in there.
Same, yeah, same result.
And maybe we get this guy, maybe we don't. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, part of the other thing too is that this guy was basically telling me he thinks I'm full of shit all night.
Right.
Um, which he was right, but he, so I think that I can raise him more
Yes.
and get called more than when this guy raises. When this guy raises, this is nutted. Like this is scary.
Yeah.
But if I raise, this guy's going to call me a lot wider than he's going to call this guy. So I feel like that makes it a decently better play, results oriented, knowing that if I called and he raised, this guy's definitely folding still.
So I agree with you.
But
I agree with you there, but let's imagine the following scenario when you do it. He bets 15, you just do the call. The other two guys have nothing and fold. You're on the
mhm,
river, you're still in position. So he bets and you jam on him. He thinks you're full of shit. You check,
it's
you
true.
can, he checks, you bet big. He knows your big bets are full of shit and he calls.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it's
That's the other
dangerous.
thing is I'm trying to figure out if these people actually adjust. Like they'll say they think I'm full of shit, but then they still just
Still
do
fold.
what I want them to do.
Yeah. And
Like,
it's certainly if you call behind here and you don't get the raise that you're going to get, it's going to be hard on a check for you to decide to put in 200 into a pot that is 100
yeah, that's
and
true.
scare mouth. So you're going to bet more like 100 on the
And how
river.
much are we going to want to jam with a four liner?
Yeah. Yeah. There
I
was,
mean, I'm going to bet. I'm not going to jam. I'm going to
yeah.
bet for sure, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah. So there you go.
oh,
All right. Here we go.
trying to remember this hand. Oh, okay, this was more like it. We were ice and getting heads up, even though we're out of position.
Yeah.
Hit this board. I check.
Mhm.
He checks back. What do we think about his range? Still has ace X in there. He's got a lot of weaker ace X. He's got some jack X, some six X, pocket pairs, straight
Lots of,
draws.
lots of pocket pairs.
Yep. So
Are people
now
actually checking back so many ace X here?
it's the board where they're gonna slow play the most because they can't get counterfeited by a bigger pair, especially on a board where it's rainbow.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Josh, I don't think it's a range bet board, but in theory it might be, but I don't play a theory-based
Mhm.
style. So we get here, and I'm trying to like, I think I have some showdown with King High here, and I want to see what he does.
Okay.
Yep, I did that. I did check here. Now he comes out and bets 10. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, if you believe you have showdown and he's betting so small, you can just call instead
Do
of
you still think
raising.
we have showdown at this point?
Nope.
I think we don't.
Yeah, I'm not sure because then
When he bets, I
again,
don't
you
think we have
said
showdown anymore.
they would check back some ace X on the flop. Maybe they always bet
Hard
them
attack
on the
that.
turn at this point. So maybe we don't. But we don't get ace X to fold here with a raise. That would be my problem here.
Do
We
you
don't
get
need to
ace
fold
X to
now.
raise? Do you get ace X to fold with a raise here and a jam on and a jam on the river?
Okay, that's fair.
Do you?
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, we
You
don't
should
have to think
consider
about
that.
here. We have future streets as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I do check raise here because I think I don't have showdown value. I think that this is a weak sizing from a weak ace or some sort of jack, and jacks are probably going to fold a lot here, and weak aces will probably call one time, and then we can make them fold on the river. So I go to 60.
Yep.
We get a call. So now his range is much stronger than we had thought before. He's going to have a lot of ace X here.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
now I'm
horrible
in,
card.
yes, that's where I was in a spot where I was like,
Give up.
I didn't know what that. Yeah, I agree. I think that this is a give up spot a lot of the time here because I think we still, I mean, we really don't have showdown. I mean, we have some sort against what? Maybe he turns a diamond draw. They're not going to play that aggressively, so they're unlikely to have a lot of diamond draws. But yeah, I was trying to think, and I was in this spot of I don't even know why I did this because I'm like, what am I getting to fold here? Like, I don't think ace X folding to a small size, and then I don't think, and I'm never getting a jack to fold. So I think,
And you probably got pocket eights to fold already, probably.
yeah, I ended up doing something stupid. I went to 75 and he actually tanked. I was kind of trying to think, like, is there any way? But I mean, even I don't care, like, what thinking or not. I feel like if you have half a brain, I don't have a lot of jacks here. Like, even if this was value, not a bluff, where are my jacks? None. So I go 75. This is terrible. I just give up. I should just give up here. It's queen.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you didn't lose 50 more. See positive. You could have jammed and he
I
would
shouldn't
still
have lost
call.
75 more though. I should have given up here. This is one spot where I should give up.
You were, yeah, and that's super easy to find.
Yeah, you're right. I was sitting there like wanting to give up, and I was like, I can't give up. What can I make fold? What can I make fold? What can I make fold? And I was like, maybe sometimes you just don't get the win, so just give up in the future.
Josh asks, is that not a bet range? Which part? You mean bet range? You mean on the flop for us?
Yeah, yeah. He said on the flop,
No, we're out of position. I would be
out of
shocked.
position.
I'd be shocked
We
if theoretically we had a bet range here. Let's look at it just because this is the
yeah,
same as a single raise pot. There's an ISO involved in here. So
but
that
yeah, it's technically single raise,
yeah, so let's just
which
look
is
at
still going to
that.
make us bet way tighter when we
Yeah,
do bet.
yeah. And where we're going, library. Okay, so we are. I should have this. I should already have this open. Why do I not have this open? Sorry about that. We are in 100 big blind poker in cash. 100 big blind poker. We will have a rake there. We are. Our positions were. That's a question. Let me share the screen. Brian, what's our position? What was our positions? Did I lose?
Cutoff versus button, I
Okay.
think, right?
We
Sorry.
raise, we cut off. He calls on the button.
Yep.
Okay, raise. There's our call. Flop comes down. The ace, jack,
Six rainbow.
rainbow. Ace, jack, six, rainbow. We are absolutely not range betting. Not even close. We are range checking.
If it was king jack six, we would have a lot more bets.
I believe so. Let's confirm that to learn it. Yep. There you go. And even that, and it's not a range bet.
No, I would position. Well, what is it? I think in like a king 7-5 or king. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I know there's like only one board out of position that we're gonna bet. Like it's almost a range bet. It's like king and two lows, I think.
Yeah. And trip boards. I'm pretty sure trip boards can also range
Yeah,
bet.
that's it. Range bet there.
We got a lot of bets.
Trip boards, you mean like monotone? Or
Yeah, no,
No,
3-3-3.
like king.
Or
Okay.
5-5-5. These ones can sometimes do. Ah, it's not even there.
Give him. Let's do the deuce 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 version. He has no deuces, even in the deuce 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 version. Yep, because he has a lot of pairs. He's got a lot of pairs in his range.
Yeah. Well, I think that that's a give up.
Yep, yep. I agree. Okay,
I think
back
we
to
can all agree that that's a give up.
you.
I'm still trying to figure out, like, is there anything we could target here? I don't think there's anything, right? After we check raise this turn and get called, I feel like we have nothing to target now on the river to get fold.
Oh, you
You
mean
know?
Could we actually check if
on
the
that
solver
river?
likes a check raise? Or
Absolutely.
did we?
All right, let's
Would
do.
oh sorry, I'll remove
The
this.
next one. Let's see. Let's see. Solver land on the hand. Ace,
Because
jack, six. Is that right?
Yep.
Ace,
yeah,
jack,
I
six.
mean I can see
Rainbow.
why we would do it.
He checks behind ace queen rarely, but he does do it. He bets
You don't
very.
share a screen.
Oh, geez, sorry.
Who said if we called the turn could check raise river? That's actually not a terrible.
Yeah.
plan. I wanted to apply
Certainly
max
believable. That's
pressure
certainly
across two streets, which I didn't end up doing.
right. Okay. So his sizing, by the way, note is only the big size on this board. So we check. He checks behind with ace queen. Good for him. Good for him for finding it. Turn is the 5 of offsuit.
7 of
7.
diamonds. It brought in a diamond draw.
Okay, 7 of diamonds. There we go. There's our diamond draw. And our king queen here. Happy to check. Happy to bet. It's draw. You could put it in your betting range. And the size is whatever the hell you want. We do the check. He goes small. Pot is 15. He goes. What percentage of the pot did he bet?
He bet on turn. He
Yeah.
bet like that's like a 30, a B30, a
Right.
B25.
Okay, we're going to call it the small. We're going to call it
It's
here.
this small size, very
Right.
small. He bet 10 into 40 into 35.
King queen does some check raising.
Hmm.
Okay, cool.
Not a lot, and never folds. Just calls. Says I've got equity. So no folding
Okay.
king queen there.
When you have a diamond, you like the raise, and otherwise you don't.
Yeah. So we raised, and we did a medium raise, or we did more like
I
6
raised 6x.
6x. All right.
Yeah.
This is way bigger. All right. So we're gonna go our raise. He's gonna call with his ace queen. He calls. The river is the other jack, not of diamonds.
Yeah.
And we shut the fuck down.
Yep. Even Silver would say, shut down, Brian.
Yeah. Shut the fuck down and lose. It's time to lose.
Yeah.
And spades do it a bunch for some reason, but even there, they don't do it all the time. So until you get to some bizarre suit analysis, which you are not doing in game against your opponents, shut it down.
Yeah. I agree. I think this is a shutdown on this card.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, even what do we?
And
Yeah,
we're
I'm trying to figure out. Like in game, I think this was more of an emotional. I don't want to give up
yeah.
spot instead of a. All right, like I knew in my head I was like, what am I getting to fold now? Nothing is all that's going through my head. I'm not getting anything to fold. So why continue? Just check it down, lose, take the loss.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And
So
note your size, but of your sizing choice, good. It's not
yeah.
massive. It's not
Well, I was
massive.
trying to think. I was like, is there basically this thought process is one, I didn't think he's anywhere near as strong of a queen as he does have, obviously. And two, I'm thinking, can I get a weak queen a weak ace to fold now? And honestly, I don't even like that idea because that weak ace just turned two pair and now chops with my ace 10. So
It doesn't chop with your ace 10. It's ace, ace, jack, jack 10.
yeah,
And
yeah, you're right. You're
yeah,
right.
it's only that only happens. They will call all their aces if the board pair was the 6 or the 7, you know, and so the 10 got to counterfeit it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Your better aces are still winning, but some people think 2 pair, and it's just they don't fold an ace a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it's a spot. Just give up.
Yeah. And
Maybe.
they have more jack than they have ace based on our analysis. That's why you check.
Well, no, I think that we kind of eliminate a lot of jack when we check raise, I would say. I'd
Okay.
say I think that we actually do eliminate more. I think they have more ace than jack there.
Okay.
But I still think they have some jack, the sticky jack that calls, and now is never folding. But yeah, okay. So I got another one. Does anybody else have hands that they want to show? They can go. I have a couple more, or we can switch to somebody else. Hello? Nope. All right. Okay. What do we want to do here? Anybody who's in the chat? Fold. I like it, Dean. Good fold. I'm assuming, Rain, you want to raise. What size do you want to raise? Got yet? I like your size, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to isolate big, like the 15 or 20 or the size you've been using.
Yeah, here's usually, honestly, I think I can maybe size up being out of position. I think I go to 15, but I think I kind of like a 20 better when we're out of position. Um, but yeah, so we called him two spots because it is 1-2. We get this flop. What do you guys want to do?
Uh, Continuation bet.
Why?
Uh, great flop for our range. Great, I mean, we have a great hand as well, so probably like go like 15, like a
Okay.
third, a
I
quarter, or something. Some that try to keep them
Yeah.
in.
So I'm thinking here in this spot we have top two, which not really thinking about that, but I'm trying to think about what they have, what they can call me with. It's a dry board. They're gonna play their aces a little slower, and we're shallow stacked. I think we can just go bet, 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 and get all the money in. If we were
Yep.
deeper, I would go for a check raise. So I would feel pretty confident that I bet, and I bet somewhat big because we're basically just targeting a weaker ace at
Yep.
this point.
Yeah. I would violate multi-way theory and bet bigger here.
Yep,
Or
we go to 30.
simple multi-way theory.
Well, I
And
was actually thinking about what is it, geometric slightly of how do I get them to commit their stack
yeah. Yep.
with an ace. So we
Mm,
go to 30, get a call. This guy
yep.
folds. All right, so I played with this guy a decent bit. He's a calling station. He will call me down with an ace. I don't know about a king, but we're more or less we're just gonna target his aces, and he doesn't have a lot of money left. So, what size do you guys want to use?
Geo is going to be. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Why am I talking?
Now you can talk, Scotty. Anybody else can as well.
Okay. If you go even 50 here, less than half pot, you're still Geo.
Hmm.
Here puts in 50 here puts it at 205, leaves him with 80. So you can go smaller than half pot twice and get it all in trivially. Um,
I'm trying to think, and I'm thinking like this guy doesn't like to fold, but his weakest aces will fold at some point. In my head, it's like, how much do we put in now that he's just committed at the river and has no chance of folding? That's kind of what was going through my head of going slightly bigger here to the point that he
75,
has nothing left and he has to
70
call me.
75 or 80, he has to call you. Um, Jam, he probably calls you, but maybe not. And so 75 or 80 does that. And then there's one other option. There's one other fun option.
It, I like the
Okay.
small sizing, because we also want to keep in the king X. And I mean, there are not a lot of draws that can beat you, right? I
My
mean,
my
Queen
thing is
10,
how
Queen Jack.
yeah, but how much I think that we're gonna heavily discount a decent amount of king X when we go somewhat large on the flop, I think.
O- Okay.
Do you know, like I don't hate the idea of going somewhat smaller on the turn because then on the river we just target his ace X at the on the river and trying to get him to put his whole stack in. But I think that we are really at this sizing targeting a lot of ace X here
Hmm.
whenever he does
Yep.
call.
Yep.
I think that's a and here I think I mean he's not calling me with a lot of like backdoor shit.
No, no.
So here, I'm not really worried about like, oh, if I don't go big enough here, I'm not going to get value from his flush draw. But he does have straight draws that I can target as
He can't,
well.
he can't have a spade draw with an ace
Hmm.
Okay. And the other thing would be,
or a
so
king.
let's say you bet small here. Would he ever raise an ace? But you said he's a station, so he
No,
would always call.
he's always going to
But
call. I don't think we're going to get him to
but
raise off. Like if he has something like ace seven, ace eight, ace nine suited, he's not raising, but he's calling
can
me
you
100%.
can you imagine any river he would fold an ace after you bet small here?
Well, I kind of can because if I go small here and then so like say I go 30 here and he calls.
Hmm.
and we have 160 in the middle. Now I'm betting a significant sizing to put his whole stack in on the river. So now I'm betting 100 to put his whole stack in on the river. So if I go small here, I have to get him to commit a significant size on the river versus if I go to a partially big size here that doesn't seem huge, he calls and now he doesn't have to call off $100 on the river. He just has to call off 60, 70.
Yeah.
Okay, so
70,
50 sounds perfect.
65 is a same size.
Yeah.
Oh.
How do you like that, Scotty? That's
It's
what
a
I was thinking. I was like,
half a
Nice.
steak.
Nice.
that's what I
Nice.
was thinking. I was like, how do I get him? I was like, I think I can go same size, and get him a call.
Yeah, he can't
So
at once. Yeah,
he calls.
he's committed.
Now my question is here. This is actually what I thought was interesting was so I get here and I'm looking at his chips. Like I'm like, all right, I did my math correct. He has 65 left. And I'm making sure and counting out instead of saying all in, I'm trying to count out exactly what he has and make that the bet. And he keeps doing that thing where he's like like getting ready to put his chips over the line. Like, I don't want you to bet here
Yeah.
type of thing. So my question is, I started to think then, do I want to go smaller here because he's trying to get me to not bet a lot? It seems like he wants to get to a cheap showdown.
No.
But I was like, at this point, I've already set this up that, he's not folding an ace, even if I do put his whole stack in. So I did do that. But I was wondering what you guys think. Like, you guys think maybe
No.
do something weird or
Nope.
just do it?
Nope.
64. Yeah, I did 64. He calls me. He's got ace jack. But yeah, that's what I thought was interesting was this river of him grabbing his chips, like, doing their normal fish shit where they're like, oh, I don't want you to bet. So it's just so funny that they continue to do that. It's insane to me.
I have not found that tell of the lifting the chips up and saying, I'm gonna call you, that when you bet, they then fold. I have
Mhm.
seen them, I have seen
Well,
chips
but
say,
you saw the hand where I blasted the guy off of three kings because
yeah,
he was doing that, and I just jammed.
yeah. I'm not saying they never do it.
They,
I'm saying that I've seen a number of times where that threat was, let's go check, but that they didn't fold.
Okay.
it doesn't
Well,
mean they'll fold. It just
And here's
means
an example.
weak, right?
Yeah, and
yeah,
here,
it just means I don't want you to
I
bet.
don't want you to bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we got okay. Yeah. I mean, there's certain time it was right with the one guy. He was like, I'll call anything, blah blah blah. So I said, all right, I'm all in. And then he didn't call me, and he had three kings, which was ridiculous. There was no flush, no straight or anything. But yeah. So. That I thought that was the spot that I was because on the river I almost went smaller to try and get him to call, and I was like, wait, no, we just set this up perfectly for a reason. Like, just follow through.
All right. On the
So,
next hand, before you start the next hand, I elect Larry on the next hand to play as Brian, but not to play as Larry. So,
oh, okay,
Larry, you can also say, Larry, what you would do, but mainly what you're going to do here is based on Brian's logic. You've seen it played enough. Play as Brian. That's what I elect Larry to do, unless he doesn't unmute. In which case, if he doesn't unmute, I elect Josh.
Larry, are you here?
All right. It's you, Josh. Josh.
Larry dodging.
There you go.
Oh
All
yeah.
right,
What you want me to play the hand, right?
Yeah,
Yep,
you
you're
get to
playing
be
as
So
Brian. You get to be Brian for a day.
yeah, you're Brian
It's
for a
not
okay.
day.
enjoyable. You just put yourself in. You put people in blenders, and you put yourself in the blender. Um, Now here we are.
Yeah, I
What do you
would
want to do?
go 30 or something.
Wow, you are Brian.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, loose aggressive. This is a hand that's actually gonna be tough for you to play since you've never played against her. But okay, so she checks to you. What do you want to do?
I would probably just bet 30 again, but maybe you can size up. It's quite yeah.
Good guess.
Okay.
Right. And
So
this was a deviation, right? You would normally go like 75 here.
I'm trying to remember since in a three bet pot, since it's technically a three bet pot, I'm gonna go slightly. I don't do an over better check. I go with a big better check. So instead of half pot, I usually go a little bit bigger. But now we're in a three bet pot, so I would consider this the
Okay.
bigger size.
Yeah.
Is what I'm what I'm doing.
I think bigger is probably better, but yeah, I'm not that good. But yeah, 30 is what I would do in game. But yeah, I think
Okay.
you're meant to go bigger, aren't you? You're meant, you know. But...
Okay. Let me give you a little bit more. She is capable of doing this with absolute bullshit. Ace X, 7x, 4x, any two.
Fine, call. It's a ridiculous min click. Yeah, call.
Yep.
Yeah, never. Okay, so just
Okay.
let them bluff off their stack. Yeah.
Okay,
We're
so
never
now
folding. You know, this is it. You know, if they've got a boat, you know, we just so what? Yeah. Oh, check. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we bet. Ooh, 75. Is that too small?
no, you would be close, but there's one logic behind this that I deviated from my normal because this is an adjustment to this player. And I checked back because she's capable of blasting again on the river if I give her rope, and she's not going to call with any of the bullshit that check raised me on the flop if it's not an ace. And then if she has an ace, we get to take her whole stack.
Because she'll
Okay.
bet.
That
She'll
that was
and she'll bet an
yeah.
ace. Yep.
Yep. So we check. All right. Now what do you want to do?
I mean, probably you're meant to jam here, right? I mean,
I
you're meant
like
to
that
just
much more
jam.
than what I did do. Is that what you would want to do?
Like, I'd like to think I would, but yeah, yeah.
I think I agree. No, I think we should have jammed.
If I was playing the computer, jam, right? But,
I went to 150 and I hate this because what we did here is you're either calling or you're jamming. I think those are our only two options when we get here because when this happens, so she went here, she says, I have a strong hand. Okay, now she says my hand maybe is not as strong anymore for whatever she had, a two pair or whatever. And then now she checks and we check back. So we did this to let her bluff or bet with her value that we should have crushed with like outkicked, or if it's like, ace 10 or ace 9, she's going to play like all those aces. So we check and then she bets here. Our only option is jam because if we're raising, it's because we think we're the best hand and she's not folding an ace. So we just raise, put her all in, and then or we call, and I think calling's bad. So I think it's a jam or nothing here. And I don't like this. I
yeah,
can't
I
see the
prefer.
merits in
You're not
this.
getting
I
called.
I
can't
don't
see the
think.
merits.
Yeah. Okay.
So yes, your question is it's simply you're not getting called by a jack on the raise, and you're not targeting a jack.
Nope.
You're targeting
Yep.
another ace and hoping that it isn't ace jack.
Exactly. And that's what
So
scared.
it isn't ace
I
seven.
played like a little pussy and I got scared of ace jack on the river and I didn't go all in because of it. But why would I raise if I'm scared of ace jack? I shouldn't have raised in the first place then.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. With your level of read against her, this is my question. You go to 150 and she jams for the rest.
Oh, fuck.
Are you folding ace king? If
I
you're
might come very close.
if you're folding ace king here, then this is not a bad bet because
Well, that was the thing is if
guarantees a
she
call
jammed,
from
I think I'm folding.
it guarantees a call from all aces. Now, if you're not folding, then this is not a good bet.
I think that yeah, that's kind of what's going through my head here is that I am folding. If she rejams, I feel like I kind of am in a spot where like I have to fold because I don't think she's gonna rejam over me. Like she's not rejamming ace queen or ace 10 or ace 9 or anything. She's calling.
Nope.
So when she rejams, she has boats.
Yeah, the problem is when she rejams, it's going to cost you 160 to see the showdown, and the pot will be ginormous, right? So
Yes, but
Yeah,
Josh,
but that's exploitatively. I need to fold, save myself $160.
right. Brian is saying, I don't need to see your full house to know you have a full house. And Brian is the best player in the world. So when he says that this is a full house, he's going to go with his read.
okay. But I mean, you've tagged her as loose aggressive, right? So you don't think she's just going to jam ace queen or something, right?
She has
Not
aggression that's based off
specific.
of like she's aggressive for the pool. Like she's not aggressive as I am. Like she's but comparatively, like she'll try to bluff people. Most of the players don't even really try to bluff, and then when they do it very tiny with weird sizes. She will do it as a bluff, but she is never bluffing on this board.
Right. And I think
Like
another
what bluffs can you find here after I check like 3-bet bluff here? Nah, that is incredibly underbluffed. I would say some of the best players aren't finding this bluff.
The best bluff would be 7-4, right? 2 pair.
yeah, bluffing all the full house. It was 7-4 and Jack 7 that she can never get here with. 7-4 she
Yeah.
should never get here with. So there is no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They play it my game.
Yeah. So
Do you really? You said in your game. Do you really think you're in your game? They're finding the
No,
bluff here.
no.
I was about to say
They
this is
won't find that
insane.
bluff. They won't find that
I
bluff.
wouldn't
No.
find this bluff, and I go crazy
But
in
they
spads
would jam
usually.
they would jam ace queen and ace 10 and
so here's the
Okay.
thing. So you think, Josh, you're thinking that she might overvalue. What if she overvalues the ace queen, right? She's not bluffing. She thinks it's the best hand. She thinks she has you out kicked or something like that. So she bets and you raise and she jams. If that's really her thought process with ace queen, do you think she
I
bets?
would continue to bet the turn.
Right. She continues to bet the third turn and she bets bigger than 60 on the river, I think.
Yep.
If she's in a bluffy mood, I think that she bets bigger than 60 here, or she's trying to get nothing to fold. Like she's, somehow she got here with deuce 3, like that. And it's like, if nothing folds, then
Yeah.
because I lose to all the other nothing, some crazy thing like that. 5-6, 5-6. She has 5-6 of diamonds here. She has
Yeah.
5 of spades. And this little bluff makes sense. Do you think they turn that into a rebluff for pot? I don't. The only thing that I see that jams here that isn't a full house, and this is one little thing you have to do with this, is fuck it, I have an ace jam. I'm beat, but fuck it,
Sure.
I have an ace.
I
But
mean, also the only other thing that's not a bluff though is pocket jacks that get here.
right.
Like she would definitely do this with pocket jacks.
This size?
No, that's that I disagree there. I don't think the sizing is right.
No,
I think she's gonna bet 100 on the river if she has pocket jacks.
because you didn't bet, you did check the turn, right?
Yep, I checked the turn because
Yeah. So you raise here, and then the reason I don't hate your size at all is does she fold any aces to a jam? Does she fold a
no, she doesn't.
ace?
I don't
Does she
think.
fold ace 5 where her kicker doesn't even play? If she doesn't fold
I
any,
don't think.
then you're targeting aces. And if she doesn't
Yeah,
fold ace
I'm.
5 to a jam, then you should
That's
she
fold.
what.
doesn't have pocket jacks though. Like no way, right?
I don't think
No, she does. She doesn't. It's unlikely, but I'm saying that if she got to this river and bet 100, then I would say that there is some chance of pocket jacks here.
yeah, I think she has an
But
ace.
honestly, and that's why I dislike this size even more because does she ever get to this river with ace jack and not go much larger?
No, I
So
don't
we
think.
just jam. Yeah, we just jam. We
No,
have the best hand.
I'm only betting small because if I think that she's folding ace 5 to a bigger
Nope, she's
size.
not.
Right. And
She's
then
not.
right. If she's not, then you should jam.
Yeah,
Period.
I agree. That was my thing is that I should have read this sizing, been like, okay, this is bluffs and aces. She's never folding an ace. We jam. And this is not ace jack or pocket jacks or pocket sevens or pocket
Right.
fours.
Right.
So I think, yeah, I think that's why I dislike this sizing was that, like, when we look back at it,
It
I,
looks
I
super.
think too
It
many,
looks super strong as well, right?
it does, but
But
I
it's
think,
easier to call. But
but
it's easier
she's
to call with an
never,
ace. Jam.
yeah, she's just never folding an ace, though, I don't think. So I think we just have to go for it all here instead of, I got a little bit of monsters under the bed and was like, instead of thinking all the way through her sizing and everything, then. Yeah, she's betting 100 here at minimum with ace jack. So we just jam and get her to call off with all of her aces.
Yep. All right. And she calls with ace queen. There you go.
Yep,
She was calling that ace. That ace was calling all in. No problem.
certainly. Yeah.
No problem.
If I jammed, she was calling.
And
I missed 160 in value.
I'm surprised she checked the turn.
Yep. We missed 160 in value there.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right, Bub. I nominate you to be Brian.
All right.
Okay.
I want to raise.
Straddle.
So
What is this
raise sizing,
button
yeah.
straddle? Fuck.
Oh, you've never seen button straddles?
No,
Oh, they do button straddle at my room. It sucks. I hate it, but it's you action starts here, obviously last act here then.
I read about that, and it sounds like it sucks, right? Yeah.
It does. It's terrible. So what size would you ISO to?
So you used 25 quite a lot before. I wonder if there's a button thread if you should go bigger, but
I
I guess 25 is still fine, right? I mean,
I think I agree with you, and I think I might have autopiloted instead of going to I think 30 might have been the better sizing here, I think. I mean, we have this girl, this lady, this is the same lady from last hand. She may be like loose and aggressive, but I have not seen her miss like one flop. She's playing every two cards. They come her way, and she will fold only to three bets and four bets, but that are happened in front of her. But she is not folding anything to a single raise.
Is she folding to 35?
No, I doubt it. She's playing everything.
Is she folding
Yeah.
to 40?
Oh man, that's a good question. Maybe she might start folding to 40.
Because you remember my game where I ISO'd to 140 and 150 against the guy who
Yeah,
doesn't fold.
yeah,
That his pride
I
was,
also raise pre-flop
yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
If
against
they
the
just don't fold, you
four
just
big
keep
blind.
raising
No,
bigger and bigger.
no, again, in 3-5-10 game,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, he limps for 10 and I go to 170, which is,
It would be like 60 here, right? That's open raise to 60.
7.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
something like that.
yeah. So here we go.
Well, it's a $5 blind game, so it would be more like 80.
The $5
Okay.
game. And note that also you guys are no longer deep.
Mhm.
You're 100
No,
pair.
no, we're 100 deep. 100 deep now.
Always remember that. Okay, here we go. Great.
All right, Bub, what do you want to do?
I want to bet.
What size?
I would bet here quite a lot, once again. So I would bet kinda small, and small for cash game seems like 50%, like $40.
Okay, what are we targeting?
Ace X, 7X, 3X, draws.
Okay,
And pocket
I
pair
got 30.
7.
I got 35 here. This is my bigger size for multi-way in an inflated pot. I think that this is a bigger size still that doesn't start to fold out. Like I think if I start going like, because sometimes I play an over like a big bet or check in my big bet or check in a single raise pot where I raise the $10 and get one call on an ace high board. I'm gonna bet 20. Like I'll probably bet pot a lot of the time on an ace high board there. But I think because that sticks around with all the aces aren't going anywhere for that price. But if I start betting, 75 here, 80, I'm gonna start getting a lot of folds.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Also, you're folding out some of the pocket pairs. They're going to call
Mhm,
time. So
mhm.
Okay.
get your bigger value from the ace on the turn.
I'm looking at it
Yeah.
like from a significant sizing point of view, absolute sizing.
Yeah.
35 bucks is
Okay.
a lot more than $10.
Hmm.
Doesn't matter
Yeah,
what the
makes
pot is.
sense. 20 to 40 is good, and then Ace King can go in any size, right? Because it could go in the bigger sizing. Okay, I get it. Yep, yeah. We get called. If villain had a set, there's actually no need to raise for him. I don't know if that guy knows
Mhm.
it. He seems to be decent, but tight, straightforward.
Yep. Like he's
Um,
not limping a whole lot. He seems to be ISOing when he does. I think his ISO size is too small. Maybe he's like an online guy that hasn't adjusted for live cash. That's what I would say my read is. Like probably not a better player than I, but also a better than most of the pool player.
Okay, I think against a player like this, I love to bet big here again. Like 120. If he raises, I'm folding. And if he calls, I feel good.
Okay. Um, I don't.
Yeah, I
I think
mean,
that you
maybe
guys.
150. Yeah, Scotty's saying go bigger. Maybe that's even better.
But
But
So
just go for big sizing. That's
Right.
my goal,
I'll
and I
let
would
you.
probably fold against a raise.
Okay, I like your guys' size. I'll explain my thought process in a little bit.
And Bub, just so you know, I wasn't correcting you saying that no, it should be 150 instead. I was saying that's the size I would go. I think your
Mm-hmm.
size, I think you and I are in the same range, same choice. All right, explain the 75.
So in multi-way, they're still uncapped, and their aces do slightly get somewhat inelastic or elastic from what I've been noticing. It's more of their aces are becoming elastic, and I don't it's been an adjustment I've been making against players that I think are slightly decent that will fold to like massive sizes. So I want all their weak aces to stick along. I think when I go 150, I start to really fold out a lot of aces.
Okay.
So I've been going smaller, and I also am
Mm-hmm.
able to accomplish them raising off their strong hands that did not raise on the flop on a not very wet or dynamic board. So we can, and like from one thing I noticed, is a lot of these players in multi-way pots are going to do, they're going to slow play when there's one player left to act, especially someone like her, who
Right.
is a blaster and loose and splashy. So you're going to want to just call down and let this person in the pot.
Right.
So.
Right. Oh boy.
I mean,
What do you want
still
to do?
with the read, I'm folding you. It's a check raise. We fold. Yes, yeah.
Underbluffed.
Whoa, great fold.
I
But it's
said, do you
so
have a
good.
seven or
With
ace
your
queen?
read, it's so good, right? It feels
Yeah,
even better.
and like if you played live a lot, you would get much better at that. You just see it like all the time. You're like, it's a check raise on the turn, multi-way. I've given him no reason that he would want to try and blast me off of a hand as a bluff. It's underbluffed. Ace high board is underbluffed. Like a draw comes in. Yeah, I was like, this is just. I think I probably folded in about 3 seconds. I was like, this is
So,
not a bluff.
like, so I have a
So
question. Like why, like if you bet bigger here, right? They might not have like raised
Nope.
you, and you might
If
have
I
been
bet
kept stacking yourself,
Yeah,
things
I
like
would
that.
probably if I go big. So I have two reasons to not go big here. Is my two reasons are that their aces against decent players have become slightly more elastic. He's still uncapped in this format, so I can get him to
Brian's cutting
recap
out.
himself. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
can.
can get him to recap himself, and I can still keep in all of the weaker
Brian is
aces
cutting
that I
out.
have.
So here's what Brian said. It
Oh,
specifically in his range. Yeah. He has ace
I
three, ace seven, and ace queen all still in his range. He has 7-7 still in his range. He has
yeah.
queen not in his range, probably. But those other ones are all there. Um, and this size guarantees that a worse ace calls at least one more time. May not call the river, but he gets that money. And some of the worst aces fold here. But it also encourages them to do this check raise small, where you are never going to fold an ace, and Brian exploitatively folds ace king.
Right. So then my question to you, Scotty and Bob,
Right.
like why were you thinking of going for a bigger size?
Because he will check call. Also wrote it in the chat. So I believe if I bet big on the turn and villain calls, I will just jam river, and if he has two pair, good for him. But I trust that he would check raise some two pairs and sets on the turn, or most of them. So I believe
Yeah.
on the
If we
river,
but
after the check
Bub and I were
call
both on
line,
this Bub and I were both on the same line that if he check calls our 150, we were very close to jamming. We were jamming river or getting close to it, probably jamming. But we were betting pot plus on the river and getting called by ace jack, we believed, and getting stacked by ace.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know if you guys were able to hear me or not. Yeah, no, I just thought that he's still uncapped multi-way and that some of his aces become more elastic. So we can target two things at once, get him to raise off his strong shit that didn't raise pre-flop, didn't raise on the flop, and then we can also keep in his ace eight, ace nine, ace 10. So yeah, I actually like the way I played this one. I'll take that. All right. Um,
I was the one cutting out, not Brian.
oh, I was about to say, 'cause it seemed like he could hear me.
Yeah,
No, it's me. I was the one who went to hell. All right.
I could hear you fine though, Scotty. I don't
Oh,
know
there we
what
go.
was going on.
All right. I nominate Ryan to be Brian.
right. To be Brian. Okay.
This is another very odd hand.
Okay. Well, yeah. I isolate. Yeah.
What do we think about limp raises?
Uh,
This is that girl again, loose
okay.
aggressive.
Loose aggressive.
And now she says,
Um.
as I'm counting out about 75, 80 to re-raise, she says, I need help, I need help. And I was like, what? What is going? Because you're allowed to ask for help to make high hands in at our
Right.
table. So like quads are better and things like that. And I wasn't even ready. I was not in the moment. I was about to start counting out is what I should say. I was about to start counting out re-raising chips. I'm sitting there like looking at my cards and she goes, I need help, I need help. And I'm like, what is going on right now? I was so confused. I don't know. So what do you want to do?
Um. I mean, limp raises. I've got absolutely no clue. And like no real wisdom or info on those. Um. Like, I mean, you already said that you were planning to re-raise, right? Which in like a normal situation, you definitely wanna 3 or 4 bet 4 bet with kings.
Yep.
Um, like even maybe sometimes even go all in, although you're pretty deep in this deep still.
I definitely don't want to go all in, I would say.
Yeah, no, that no, you're too deep for that. That will be more if you're in like 100 big blinds. Um, so yeah, probably yeah, probably just do raise to like 100 or something. Yeah, like
I hate what I did here, and that's okay. I was just in these weird spots. I only called. This is terrible. Lit
y-
raises are usually under bluff. They're very strong, generally. From
yeah,
this player, I was much more willing to raise because I think she would limp raise me with a much wider range than aces, which a lot of the time the limp raises that I had seen prior were aces. Um, so, but it's also less likely to limp raise aces from late position like this. Like a lot of the time, a limp raise will come from an early position. So, like if they limp and then someone raises and this person re-raises, that's a lot stronger than this is. But I was just very confused. I don't know. I hate this.
yeah,
She's the
confused
way,
and cautious.
yeah, what she said
Calling.
was like, what'd you say?
No, I was just going to say calling's. I think calling's fine. But yeah,
Right.
I
just
don't know
because
how I feel.
if she's going to bluff, let her bluff. You know, and I mean, as long as an ace doesn't come, you know. Yeah. But yeah, you're so deep, right? You're so deep. So yeah, definitely 4 bet. Yeah.
I
You're
agree. I think four bets.
you're so
Scotty, I know you're gonna say that I'm an idiot, but go ahead.
you're so deep, and you have the second best hand in poker, and she'll tell you if she has the best hand in poker. Um, there's one other thing going on here, which is consider the people whose speech play is honest. The people who say
She
they exist. And you should know who they are because they probably don't speak only during one hand. They probably do it fairly often, and you weren't in the hands and you watched them. The
she
guy,
is honest, but she
right?
might not be. She might be overvaluing a hand.
Yes, right. So the guy who, so I was in a hand, where I three bet him. He calls, flop comes down. I bet he calls saying, I'm going to call once. If I don't get two pair on the turn, I'm folding. He calls. Turn comes out, an unrelated card, and he jams into me. And I fold. And he turns over Jack 5 suited, picking up his
Two
Jack
pair.
off the second pair. And I'm not saying you should believe what everyone says. I'm saying that a guy who does that has probably done it earlier in the game. And there is a reason in their mind why they are honest. And you should know who the honest people are. I'm not saying they're 100% honest, but like we don't expect Mark Goons to ever play that way, but also to say it that way. His speech play is filled with deception.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
If
I actually do a lot of that when I'm playing too, is talking. I'll talk to people a lot throughout the hand, especially people I play with a lot.
Yep.
And I just get so deep in their head when I'm doing it that I'm
Yep.
able to, get them to do what I want them to do
Right.
a lot of the time.
Great. Some of them are not doing it for that reason. And so for those people, know it. And when
Well,
she
like there's
said, oh,
a lot of the time I'll say I have two ones and I have jack shit. And
yeah.
I'll mess around and
Hmm.
say that. And then every time, like a lot of the time when I do get aces, I'm like, oh, I have two ones. And
Yeah.
they'll be like, well, he never has aces here.
Right.
He's not going to tell me he has aces. And they call me off. I'm like, I just told you I have
Told you
aces.
that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
when she said when she said I need help, I think that you can read into that this is not aces
Okay.
until she five bets you.
Yeah, you're right. I think I'd go with the route of
Yep.
re-raising here.
Because help was something, but like help was only something that you could ask for, like if you get quads or something, or
You ask
like
for help so that like a lot of people will ask you, they'll be like, if someone raises here and it folds the big blind, they're about to fold, they'll be like, wait, help, help, help. And like we'll check it down is what they'll say. So like because they have a pocket pair and they can hit quads and get paid the high hand.
Right. There you go.
So like there's a high hand bonus. They get paid like $200 if you hit quads. So like if they have queens or tens or whatever, or even twos, they'll be like, hey, help, help, help. I'm like, we'll check it down, I'll give you your money back.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, no, I don't do
okay,
that. I don't like doing that. But yeah, so they'll do that. So I call here, and then this is the flop, and she snap jams.
okay.
What do you want to do?
I mean,
And then
do we
okay,
think she has
after
aces?
wait, after she snap jams, she says, wait, can I take that back and bet 10? And Diller's like, no. You set it all in and put your chips in.
Right. So it seems like she's chasing the quads bonus, like she has nines.
Or queens.
What?
I
So
mean,
what do you want to do? I'd
is a
also played a
boat
hand with her
good
prior.
enough?
I had it. No. It's only quads are better two in the hand. So you are required. And then also, I played a hand with her prior where I had 10-9 suited. I ISO'd. She had ace jack offsuit. The flop came jack of hearts, um, eight of hearts, like three of whatever. I flopped open ended straight flush. She snap jammed on the flop. She had ace jack for
Okay.
5x, like 10x pot is what she did. She just put her whole stack in like right away.
Right,
So.
but like the only way she gets the bonus is if you call and she has nines basically, or if she
No,
has
I don't
or
have to
if
call. Pot's big enough.
no, but
Pot is,
if you fold and she had nines, does she still
yeah,
get this bonus?
yeah. She can show her hand and she'd get the bonus.
Okay, so it's not like you folding would ruin the
No.
okay.
So here's why I downvalue her ace queen here and her king queen here for that. The draw, there's no, the board's rainbow. So she's not as afraid. So she doesn't need to, she has to push out a straight draw in her mind. She doesn't have to push out a flush draw. So I don't say that she's devoid of ace queen. I'm sorry. I don't, I said it the other way. So I think that the hand that we're crushing is her ace queen, king queen, jack queen that she could have, jack queen suited. All those could still
Hmm.
need help. Um, if this board were flush draw, then your ace jack story goes, well, she could easily have the queen and I need to call her.
Hmm.
But the board is not flush draw. And so I'm now thinking more.
What do we think of her range that limp raises pre-flop? Do we think it's
It has queen queen in it.
value heavy or under value heavy?
I don't think she's
Value heavy or bluff heavy, I meant. My bad,
Value
sir.
heavy. Value heavy,
well
but
you have
Okay.
yeah.
But that
So if we built that out, we would
Um,
think it's jacks plus ace king, ace queen, maybe ace queen. I don't even think ace queen. I played ace queen against her. I three bet her. She called. She opened ace queen,
yeah.
can
and
you
then
show the
called a three
preflop
bet.
action again?
Yep.
That would be great. Okay, so yeah. I I believe you're one of the most active players at the table, and she expect you
I
to
wouldn't say
raise
active,
eyes.
but aggressive. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna be the most aggressive player at the table.
I would say this is value every time.
Yep,
She really
I
hopes
agree.
that you raise, and I'm not sure about the blinds, but I guess she knows that you are aggressive, so that's good enough.
I don't play a ton of hands, but I play aggressively when I do play them.
Mm-hmm.
Now we get this, and it's like not even a thought, just jam, snap jam. And then wait, I want to take it back and just bet $10.
I think she has pop.
Yeah.
I just had someone do this to me, and they were really loose aggressive and bluffy, but when they put all like 700
All their
in,
money in. Yep.
they just have the nuts, you know. And
Yeah, she's
but they
not. I
were
mean, I
do
would say she's aggressive and bluffy, but she ain't bluffing with her whole stack. She's bluffing with
yeah.
smaller sizes. But the question is like, does there like eight? The only thing I beat is ace
But
queen, is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
honestly, like I couldn't fold here, but like I just this is where I just lose all my money and then feel bad, you know.
Well, it's Bub's hand. What do you want? Wait, or is it Ryan's hand? I
Yeah,
think it's
Oh
Ryan's.
yeah.
that would
What do
be
you want to
mine.
do?
Yeah.
You're put in the blender. What do you want to do here?
Um, I honestly have no clue. Mine.
Yeah,
If
I
if if
mean,
I if I was Brian, I'd probably fold in the spots, I
well,
think.
you're Brian, so do what Brian would do.
So yeah, like I said, fold.
You're right. I folded. She showed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the only reason I got here was that this is underbluffed. This re-raise is underbluffed, whether it's aces or not. I'm not doing great against aces. It's unlikely she has kings, and she absolutely has queens within that range. How am I doing against that range? Not very good. I kind of discounted a lot of ace queen because I was running through it, and I was like, well, she opens ace queen usually. I three bet her with ace queen. She just called a lot of the time. So why is she going to start limp raising ace queen and deviating from what she normally does? It doesn't make sense. And then she doesn't bluff with massive sizes. So she's never doing this with jacks. So if we break it down, we're just not doing good, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so we fold. We made the right fold. We were happy.
Nice
And
fold.
nobody
Nice fold.
nobody believed me that I folded kings. I was like, I can't fold kings here. I don't want these
Oh,
people to know that I folded kings.
Don't let
okay.
plus
Also, do you like her play? Because I love it. Because that is
I This is a
eh,
terrible play. She has so much more value she gets
no
from me. Maybe against a bad player, yes. But
um
this
okay,
is an
but even
unnecessary.
against a good player, it's a good play, in my opinion, because it's hard to find a fold here with a hand like yours.
it was hard to find it. But how
Yeah.
much more money do you get? Like if she just continues to bet, I'm not folding.
She has two more streets. It's cute to win all the money this way. It's not the best
Mm-hmm.
money.
Oh,
You're
okay, I
always
agree.
and
Okay.
Like
give
if she
value
comes out, yeah, if she comes out here and bets
100.
35, 40, like even I'm calling. And
True.
It's
then the turn comes, whatever it is, unless it's an ace, I'm probably still calling. And then
Mhm.
river, she
You would
puts in
have
a lot
lost
of
more
money.
money, true.
Yeah, I lose a lot more money. The only thing that gets me here is that what the hell limp re-raises then does this, and I was like, she doesn't bluff for big sizes. This is not a bluff. The worst possible hand is ace queen, and I don't think she has ace queen because she opens ace queen and calls three bets with ace queen. She doesn't limp raise ace queen.
And we've said something about her speech play. Why does she want to bet only $10 here?
Yeah,
because she wants to get value from me. And she's been
yeah.
talking about all night about how she
Wants to
says,
get
you're a much better player than me. How do you get so much value from your good hands? I need to learn how to get value from my good hands. And then does
All
shit
right,
like
yeah.
this and says, why am I not getting value? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, you played it great.
right. And also, pocket queens or ace nine want to see more cards to get the to get the jackpot.
It's
That's what
true.
that's why she wanted to do it. She wanted another
Yeah.
card.
I thought it
So
was an interesting spot though. It was not an easy fold. I did lay it down, but
no,
it took me like
That's
5 minutes to lay it down.
that's a great fold.
well,
It's a hard one to find. It's
yeah,
not easy. It's a fold I need to find more often when that's under
When
bluffed.
they've been all bluffy and like antagonistic the whole night and they're drunk or something, and then they just put all their money in with the nuts like this.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah,
it,
it's true. Like she may be bluffy, but she has never bluff jammed her stack.
yep.
That's what I know.
yeah.
So,
You guys have seen
she's
people.
overvalued it,
Yeah,
but
you guys have seen people online who open jam for 100 big blinds, right? You've all seen it,
Mhm.
right?
I don't play online.
Okay,
Sure.
you'll see it online sometimes. Just open jam, and when they do that with aces and they get called, they feel so good. It's like, look at what I did. No one would ever do this with aces, and I did, and I got called. It's still one of the lowest EV ways of playing aces. It's plus
Mhm.
EV, but it's low. That's kind of
Mhm.
like what this is here, bub. Okay.
Yep. Well, that was, I mean, I think I have some more, but
I
I don't
feel
even
like
need to review them because I played them so shitty and I know I didn't.
But we need another one. No, we need another one because Dean hasn't been you yet. We need Dean and Larry to be
Oh, all
we
right,
need
Dean.
two more hands.
You have to play like shit, Dean. Here you go. What do you want to do, Dean?
I give the 6-4,
Yep. I mean, do you
and
want him to play as Brian or do you want him to play as Dean?
Well, both. But
Okay.
let's do Brian first. Or however Dean does it. You're up, Dean.
what is Brian squeezing this?
I hope not.
No, Brian's not squeezing this. He
Then we
learned his
just check.
lesson.
Let's
He's
see a
gonna check
flop.
it.
Yep.
make it fatty.
That's
All the
exposed.
thought process that went through my head was that Scotty always says your exploit here is that you get to see a flop for free. So
Right.
let
Yeah.
yourself see the flop for free.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
Come.
check.
You checked, or did you
Yeah.
want to bet? Okay,
No,
you
Check.
I
check.
did kind of want to bet, but yeah, we'll check. Fuck.
What do you want to do? You
Brian
wanted
hates these small size bets. Brian wants to raise. No.
Brian
Oh.
does want to raise. Brian does raise like an idiot. He's in
No!
position. He can just call here. He doesn't like to be passive.
No!
These small raises. Oh no.
Brian wants to keep the other people in behind.
You're
If
right. He
so.
does want to do that, but he just doesn't like being passive. He likes to win.
Yeah. The amount of money and penalties that you would have generated here in my home game. You get a penalty, you get a $1 penalty for speaking about yourself in the third person in my home game. You're losing a fortune. Okay, so uh yeah, simple math problem.
It's not good enough, but for some reason I found it. You don't have the odds to call here.
Okay. Not with one
Yeah.
card to yeah.
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't. I did though, because I'm an idiot and I did
You have
my
a
math
gutter.
wrong at the table. Yeah, my gutter and flush draw. He's betting 130 in the set 2x pot, basically. I need
We need to call 80 to win.
yeah, we need to call 80 to win
Yeah.
270. So let me just do
You don't have it.
yeah, 80 divided by 270. Yep. 29%, which I do not have. We have 13 times 2. We have 26%. It's kind of close, but
Right. Now, what is the worst hand for him to turn over if you call? What's the hand that you have the
like
least equity against?
10 jack of
ace,
diamonds.
yeah, 10
Okay.
jack of diamonds,
Uh,
ace, whatever, anything with
Five.
better diamonds.
Ace five of diamonds.
10,
Yeah.
8 of diamonds.
Nope.
Anything with diamonds higher than a 6.
No, it's not the 10-8. It's it's the five. I mean, anything with a five of the five
Oh,
of
that's true.
diamonds to block your
All
straight
right.
and a bigger
Yeah.
diamond.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And the queen. Oh no, no, it's not. You know what it is? It's queen five of diamonds. That's the one that kills you.
Yeah.
Now
Queen,
you're
five
six
of
and your four is
diamonds.
dead. Queen
Yeah,
five of
because you
diamonds
can still have the 6 and 4
are
against the other
so
ones.
dead. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you call, and there he is with queen nine. Like of course he has. Like of course he has. Like of
So
course.
we did notice that this player does not telegraph hand strength with bet sizing later on as we played.
No.
I
Also, your
thought
queen of
this.
diamonds. Yeah. Also, your
Yep.
queen of diamonds was dead.
Yep. Not good. Not good. Not good. Don't like the way that. Just call behind. I've been
But
running
like,
into that in position. I need to call more and stop blasting so much
What's he
but by
doing?
the way,
because
Scotty, like, um if you do like what was it, like 6-8 of diamonds, if he gets the straight, that like if Brian would get the straight, then the opponent would also get the straight, a higher straight
Oh,
automatically.
oh, he blocked it that way. That's even better. That's even better.
Yeah.
But he still has his pair outs, I think. I got to look at the board again. Whereas the queen five fucks his pair outs too. All right. We go full circle. What did we talk
I
about at
have.
the beginning of the session? Bub said, I think we go for a circle here. Scotty talked about that at the beginning of the session, but I don't know which of that it is.
It was about you were mentioning something like you bluffed a draw,
Oh, right.
and
Yes,
actually it
yes,
was a value bet because you
yes,
got
yes.
called by a worse draw.
Exactly. Get called by the worst draw. Yeah. Okay. That
And I
was
thought
D.
this hand would
Yeah.
could be one of these, right? Because you're actually raising, but
Yeah. No, you're just fucked. Okay.
yeah.
Larry, you still out there? Or have we lost Larry? All
Larry's
right.
asleep.
Yeah, I'm here.
Larry's there. All right,
Oh,
Larry.
he's awake.
Larry, you have ace three suited in the big blind, and your name is Brian.
You
If my
must
name is Brian, I'm going to
Brian
isolate this
not
for
like
20
Larry.
bucks.
Brian did not. Brian learned a little bit that you get to
Good.
see a flop for free here.
Excellent. Yes. That's ace
You guys
five.
think you know me. You think you
No, no.
know me.
And I think here, that doing it with the ace five and the ace four is fine. Doing it with the ace three is fine also, depending on how much you want to do it. And if you were gonna say I want to do it sometimes and not other times, do it with the ace five and the ace four, and not with the ace three and the ace deuce. That's a nice way to split that. Okay.
Okay.
So you do it with the ace three. Great. Great.
25 in. Okay, so we're gonna.
So big.
It's big. Yeah. So I think we just call.
And he's got
Ah,
he
well,
doesn't have a ton behind.
yeah.
Good point.
He's got some. He's got
It's
some.
not what I did. I definitely just jammed.
Okay.
But so
You're jamming against the best guy, the last guy to
so
act. I like that.
you know what? You know what I was thinking about though is that here. So we think this guy is stationary. This is the same guy that called me down with ace king, hit the ace on the river.
Yep.
He's stationary. He's never folding. So like, let's save ourselves money here
Mhm.
and just call because we think he's never folding. So if we have no fold equity, what's the point? And then we also get to keep along, hopefully lesser flush draws when we get there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
important to think that the yeah, when you have the nut flush draw, then any kind of nutted draw, you
Mhm.
don't mind going multi-way.
Yes, I agree. And that's what I don't like about this is when I rethought about it, I was like, okay, we have no fold equity. So there's not really any point in this jam. We do want to see two cards, which is great, but we also have no fold equity. And then we have two people act behind. I don't really want to get raised by them. But if we do, I guess it's not the end of the world. But we
And
are
also,
kind
you can keep in straight draws here too. I mean,
of. I agree. I think that I like the call much better here. I just don't like to call, apparently. I'm not a big caller. Um,
that's not the worst inclination, frankly.
yeah, yeah, it's all
And it's
right.
probably more profitable in the long run than just
We need to
calling. But
maybe tone it back like 10%.
yeah, well, I mean, you just read the room. I mean, I read the texture. This you don't mind seeing calls behind.
I agree. I think that here I was basically in the idea that I'm going to check raise this hand a lot of the time, either way. When I checked and if somebody bets, I'm going to check raise a lot instead of rethinking about who is my customer, someone who is never folding,
Right.
and he bet big into it. So
Yeah.
let's just call here and bring along some weaker flush draws, straight draws, whatever else. And then when we get there, we get to stack somebody that actually has chips in front of them instead of just the 120. But I was like, if I'm gonna raise, I have to just jam because he doesn't have enough
Yes.
behind for me to do anything else.
But with your explanation, he would also call like 7x here.
At this point in the night, he might, yeah.
I don't know. I
But
don't
I
know.
don't think he's gonna.
Set
The
for
thing is,
20.
I don't think he's gonna bet 25 on 7x. I think he'll bet small or not bet at all.
Let me give you one other thing about your call here. When your call comes and you drag along two other players or one other player, that we all know why that's good for you, that also increases the frequency he's going to check the turn.
That's a
Hmm.
good point.
We do get to realize more
When
than,
he
yeah.
gets when he gets called in two places, he may want to go check, check, check on turn with a jack.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And that's
true. But
great.
we jam. He actually had spades here, and no, these were spades actually.
Oh, okay.
Um, I technically would have been ahead just hitting this. I had one extra. I had more outs than I thought. But yeah, he actually wins because he ends up hitting a backdoor straight backdoor
Okay.
flush.
I
But
got it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we lose that one. But I thought that it was more or less that I think this is a mistake. I think the jam in a lot of situations, I think it's not bad. But I think in this specific situation, this is a good time to just call and allow other people into the pot.
Yeah, also, I mean, you don't have, you know that when he uses this sizing,
We have no fold equity.
that he doesn't really have a hand he's interested in folding very often.
Yep. Agreed. That's why I dislike it is that specifically. Because the whole reason to do this is to get this person to fold. Like you're okay when they fold, and when they call, you have tons of improve ability to improve. But
Right.
when you think they're never gonna fold and they're short stacked, and then you have deeper stacks to your left and you have a nutted draw, I mean, I think a call is just 20 times better.
So
Yep.
like maybe like a hand of this would be with like if you had like 10-6 hearts. Then you in this case it's not good against this guy because he doesn't have a fold button, but against someone who does have a fold button, 10-6 of hearts, yeah, a fold is much better.
And a
Yeah.
10 of hearts could knock out a bigger flush draw
Yeah.
when you raise it.
Yeah.
Buck says, let's say if we call and everyone jams and we get the perfect odds to call, but we lose all our fold equity. So is that stupid? No, because all that extra money they put in goes into your draw equity to win. So you're trading off one thing for the other, and we've said that you have very little fold equity. So let's play the equity of the hand. And if you're playing the equity of the hand, then more players the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see it in
So
solver sometimes. So solver will often choose its check raise bluffs with draws from the non-nutted. But the nutted draws in its range, it will choose to call.
okay.
You're talking about
That's heads up, even not multi-way.
oh, was that heads up?
Yep.
Oh, of course.
No, well, I'm
This
saying
is multi.
solver will do that heads up.
Okay,
Not,
gotcha. Okay.
Yep. We lose.
I
I think
also
we can
think
adjust this.
that is actually true for multi-way and heads up. With weaker draws, raising is better because then you can fold out still better hands.
yeah, definitely. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, you want people to fold out their better draws. Um,
You don't fold out better
and
draws. That doesn't work.
yeah,
But you
well,
can
it
fold
does.
out better
Like if you have
hands.
the queen high, you can fold up the king high. It's harder to fold out an ace high, but
Mm.
when you fold like you're not with a king high, I feel like it doesn't make sense because you're just not getting somebody to fold ace high a lot of the time if they flopped a big draw here.
Mhm.
But with king high, with like queen high, jack high, like stuff like that, you get to when you can fold out a better jack high flush draw or a queen high. It's just gonna be hard to get ace high flush draws to fold out, but all the other stuff they don't get to improve to the nuts, so they're not gonna want to call as often. Like especially against rec players when board pairs, like they are so much less likely to try and draw to their flush when they can't make the nuts anymore. But
So
yeah, so
So for Monday, I have a session from last night online where we'll be able to see all the cards face up, where the people are playing very much like Brian's pool. A lot of limping,
Ooh.
limping, calling. And I think maybe it might be a good idea to go through it relatively quickly and to get in the minds of the limpers. Of
Yeah,
I think
Miller
they're
made a lot of money in that pool, Scotty.
yeah,
He
yeah,
limped king queen suited on the bottom, right? They're
Yep.
just crazy on there.
yeah.
Fucking
It's the
crazy.
same guy that limped the ace king offsuit
Open limping
from
and
like
then
low
flag.
jack.
Yep.
They're just so passive. They just
Yeah.
cannot
Yeah.
raise without seeing the flop.
There's a
Yep. I
hand.
mean, if he did raise, and I went for a massive three bet because I had aces against him. He raised one time, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Like he
So he's
never
got
raises.
kings. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's never raised. He folded. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like,
yeah,
what's going on?
Folded
Yeah, no,
queens.
he did, and he did like, but he didn't even do like he did a raised a straddle, which made me put him in even a stronger range. I was like, he doesn't raise ace king, he doesn't raise any of these hands. So I was like, I ISO'd. He raised like 15. I re-raised to like 100 with aces because I was like, this should be just his hand should be super strong considering he doesn't raise anything else.
yeah,
And he folded. I was like, what the hell is going on? What does this guy raise? Like,
yeah, yeah.
like, is there nothing going on in his head? Is just look at cards, randomly grab chips, and throw money out? Like, what is going on right now?
These trips are pretty.
Yeah,
Wow. These chips are
I,
black.
I have no idea.
Cool. We'll do one round of other hands and then we'll be done. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I've got four hands. I've got four hands written up.
Oh, you got them?
So
Oh, let's do
wants
Nice.
to
yours.
do them.
That's perfect. Let's do that. That's what we're doing. Okay. We got your hands.
Right.
Great. Let's do them. And then we'll be done. We'll do these hands.
Yeah, Brian can do them. You see?
Yeah.
We got. Why don't you put the link in in case? Well, if yours blows up, because yours blew up sometimes. But let's play it. Let's do it. If it blows
Is
up,
it blowing up?
no, it's fine for now.
Do you want to? Should I just put the link and you do
Yeah,
it?
put the link in.
Or-
Yeah, because
Okay.
you have your weirdness there. But I'm seeing the ace king suited. So start with that. Yeah.
All right. Who wants to do it? Brian or?
Yeah, just throw it in there. I'll do it. Just
Oh,
throw
I
it
don't
in.
care.
Throw it in the chat.
All right, who's playing as Josh?
This is
Brian,
going
you
to
want
be
to play?
Brian is Josh.
I'm Josh.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens. All right, I'm gonna three bet to 45.
Okay. I went like classic.
Fine.
Like
Yep, nothing wrong with it.
Yep.
All right, we get called. What is his range? He's got broadways, pocket pairs, suited aces. All right. What does he do?
I check.
All right, I'm gonna bet, and I'm gonna bet like 20 or 25.
Okay. I bet much 50. Yeah, big.
Okay.
Um,
I don't hate it.
just because the Jack 10 right is so dynamic. So I'm gonna have like King Queen and King Jack and aces and stuff like that, right? That needs. So I'm gonna have loads of gut shots, straight draws, and then stuff that needs loads of protection. So I went 50.
He has a
Yeah.
world of hands that can call this bet.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
going small just because I want him to raise off his strong shit.
Yep.
So, all right, we
He
get
just
called.
calls.
So now we're in a
Oh,
spot where
Brian,
his range should be stronger.
Brian, let me
Yep,
throw
go.
one thing out you for your particular hand as a what happens if. In this, I think this is one. Usually, you want them to raise their strong shit because you want to because you know that you're about to do a 3-street bluff with a giant bluff on the river, and they are going to save you from it. This
Yep.
hand is not folding to the raise.
No,
So maybe this
no.
hand doesn't want them to raise their strong shit. Maybe you don't need that information.
So what would we want to adjust then? Well, we would want to, so we
If that,
have a
you could
combo draw.
yeah.
If we go big, we want to maximize fold equity here. So,
I know. I
I
don't know that
mean,
you want to maximize fold equity here. I'm saying that I don't know that you know that you need the information to cap him here because of this particular hand. I think you can bet big because you have so much equity. That's my thought.
I'm just thinking.
The bigger you bet, the less often he check raises. Do you want him to check raise you with this hand? Either as a bluff or with his value. Do you want to be check
Well,
raised?
I want to know for when it because if you're gonna get the you're gonna call a check raise. You're probably not gonna bet three bet either way, right?
No.
Because we think we have no fold equity, so we're not gonna go bet three bet, and
Okay.
we probably are gonna call a check raise. So we want to get check raised early to know how much fold equity we have by the river
All right. Good enough.
and how much I can make them fold.
Good enough.
But yeah, we filtered to a strong range here. Um, So we miss. He checks, we bet big, and we are deep. What is his effective stack is not a lot though. I'm trying to think. So when he calls a big bet, I don't think we have showdown value anymore. I thought we had showdown value. If we called a small bet, we check turn, we have some sort of showdown value. We get to decide on the river whether we want to call off or re-raise as a bluff. Um, We don't have showdown value. We are not super deep here. This is kind of hard because what if we can't overbet. If we overbet, he's committed when he calls. I think the best way we're going to maximize fold equity here is I think we either jam or check. Um,
100 makes the pot 373 and leaves him with 465 behind. So you have an overbet behind.
it is significant.
Yeah.
I would be sitting here at the table like very confused. So I would go, yeah, I guess you can go like 100. I think you can go. Actually, I actually like something like 75 because we can get him to still call off or like because he can still get here with we still want him like when you go bigger, we didn't cap him on the flop yet. So when we go bigger on the flop, he still has two pairs and sets here. He still has queens, things like that. But queens ever gonna raise? Queens aren't gonna raise if we go small here, and then they aren't gonna fold on the river if we jam. So what is his range after he calls? He has Jack X, 10X. He's got some sort of pocket, maybe some pocket nines, some other flush draws. He's got straight draws. Yeah, let's go small and keep him wide. Let's go 75.
Okay.
So I went 100.
Okay. It's not terrible. I don't, that's still
And he
kind of, oh, he
folds.
folded. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
I
it's
mean, that
interesting.
works
If you
too.
look at this, if you look at this spot in the solver, and what is it? Yeah, if you look at this spot, anyway, I'll just tell you about it. But the if you have ace king like of spades or something, it just checks back. The checks back on the turn and then gets the free showdown. But with the suits, with the hearts, it always goes for another bet just because, right? You've got so much equity. I think.
Yeah.
So,
I don't have a problem with it. I would have gone 75 just to have a deep stack for the river, but
yeah.
100's fine too. 100 still keeps you deep enough that you can make him fold a lot on the river there. I just think that like when we go 100 and I mean we're just really when we went 50 on the flop, 100 on the turn, we are filtering a very strong range usually. So if they get there, so I'm not gonna want to blast the river in that spot a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And when I get there, I would probably blast the river. But yeah, I liked 75 just because I think we can still keep in some weaker hands that we can make fold on the river.
Yeah,
And
I
we
like that.
still, yeah,
Like you're never gonna want to
Tops.
bluff with the ace king of hearts, right?
I mean,
Is it really
You'd
true?
really like him
Because
to have king, queen of hearts, something like
yeah.
that.
he,
In
I,
that. So,
I feel
but
like
yeah,
this is such a. Oh, it's not overbetting the flop, so I'm very wrong on that one. But it's just because we are 200 big blinds deep.
What?
The Jack-10 boards.
Yeah, we're a bit deeper than this, but
Hmm. So I think when we are 100 big blinds deep, the Jack-10 board likes to overbet quite a lot because you want to protect something like Ace-Jack.
yeah. And here it is overbetting. Here it is overbetting the turn, and
Oh,
you've
like
gone.
yeah,
so.
that
Yeah.
I feel like we can go. Just go smaller jam on the turn,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
don't
and
really love a jam.
but the cool thing with Ace-King here is, so let's say you bet like huge, you're not going to fold, right? Because you don't fucking care. He could have pocket jacks and you still have a lot of outs.
We go huge. Well, like, what do you mean? So we overbet the turn
well,
and he jams.
if he
Yeah,
jams us
exactly. Let's say
I guess we
Ace-King
just
is
with
very
the suits
strong.
with the hearts we
Oh,
just call, right?
that's not
Yeah,
even not.
sometimes.
It's not
Mostly
a pure
call.
call. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not getting the odds, great odds to call there on the turn, by the turn. On the river, if we bet and he jammed the river or the flop, we're just calling.
Oh yeah.
But by the
Yeah.
turn, we don't want to call quite as much because then we're down to what we have.
One
Well,
more
assuming
card.
he has a single jack, some of our ace might be live, some of our king might be live. I mean, it really depends on the outs we have. But
Yep.
I feel like if he has queen jack, but he's not jamming queen jack. So what do we think? I don't think a lot of our outs are alive. I mean, maybe he jams pocket queens, doesn't jam
This is all anyone
ace
jams in real
jack.
life, right? Like they never jam king queen,
Maybe,
right?
No.
yeah, no, yeah, we can
You think they're
discount
gonna
basically
jam king?
everything.
They
Yeah,
don't.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
They're
They'll
never
probably
gonna
jam
jam the
tens.
5-4.
They
No,
don't jam ace
hell
four and
no,
ace five.
absolutely not. They're not finding these bluffs. If you remove it on this board in a three bet pot, they're not there's no bluffs when they're jamming. It's just whether it's a one pair hand or a set or two pair. And it's less likely. I think that Queen Jack doesn't jam. All that stuff. King Jack doesn't jam, Ace Jack doesn't jam. I think we're gonna be against Queens, Jacks, tens a lot of the time. Or Jack 10.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in that spot we have pretty good equity and we just call off from the flop. But by the time we get to the turn, we're down to well, we have 9, we have like what, 12 outs. So we only have 24% equity if we
Oh,
went here and he
yeah.
jammed.
No, we could have way more than 12 outs. We could easily have 6, 15.
No, that's but we're saying that we think if we think they only
Oh,
are jamming two pair plus, and a
pair
lot of the
plus. Okay,
time
yeah,
they're unlikely to be
then we have
jamming
12
ace
outs.
jack and stuff like that.
Then we have 12 outs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, against queens though, we do have more outs. I think that there is you can throw queens and maybe in the check jam is queens.
They call in the river's an ace, you just check it back.
Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting. I'm trying to think. I don't know how I feel. What do you, Scotty? You said you like 100 on the turn there.
I
What
did.
do you? I would like to see a Scotty. How would you play it? Yeah,
Okay.
you would go.
So when I bet 100 on the turn, he folds and that's great. And because I don't have to win. And when he calls my 100, I look at what the river is.
If the river's a brick.
I leave myself the ability to jam the river. And do I do it on a 7 of clubs?
No, right?
Okay. I wrote I would keep blasting on any river,
Yeah.
but actually I don't feel good about it. But
Yeah.
I wonder if that is bottom of our range at this point, but it's not, right? Because we
Because
have
we've got hearts and
some
we
king
want them to have
six.
hearts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
some king six,
exactly.
king five, king eight,
Yeah.
some really weak stuff.
But notice we don't do the bluff. We don't do the bluff with the ace king without the hearts either. So the ace king says that
Yeah.
it's got some showdown, and the ace queen bluffs. The ace queen is the
Yeah.
bluff because he can
Yeah,
be
what
here
if
as
we
well.
do? So go. I
And the
haven't
bluff is
been
all.
solved very much recently. Go to the flop and then do like a 20% or a 33% bet on the flop. Like
On the
if you bet
flop?
33, yeah, you bet 33%.
Yeah. Bet there, small.
Okay, and then he calls, and then we get to the turn, which was
Oh, did I press
a
the wrong thing?
seven. So, no, you got it. You're good. Oh wait, no, wait. You said we go small.
He calls.
Oh yeah, and they call. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
he
what was
calls.
it? The turn?
Well, seven, like diamonds or some shit. And then okay, he checks, and now we get to the turn, and what's pot? Pot is 30, and we go small one more time. What was the sizing? We were betting like 33% again, right?
Yeah. And it only likes 75 here.
Okay. Yeah, it does zero, has 7% or 125%.
Yeah.
Do it. See what that's 125%.
A sliver of all the same things.
Really?
Yeah, with a jack and 10-10 being the most.
Yeah, I would deviate. I would like to go small here one more time and then really be able to bring in a wide range on the river so that I'd feel much more comfortable jamming into that range whenever we get.
Right. But hit the 75 and get called. And let's see on this sizing what slams the river and what doesn't.
River's deuce of blankness.
Yeah. Yeah, ace king doesn't do it. And in this line, the ace queen doesn't do it
Yeah.
either. So
Queen 9 without the hearts.
the bluff
Yeah.
is the queen 9.
Yeah, king 9 without
That's
the
a great,
hearts.
those are great bluffs. King 8 when you get here with it, which you don't often, but it always bluffs because it's only
Yeah, that's
the
good
heart.
enough now.
King 8 does it with the hearts. King 9 and queen 9 do it without the hearts. Interesting.
You want them to have ace king of hearts?
Let's see. Yeah. Queen 9 of hearts doesn't do it. King 9, just roll over king 9. I'm sure that it's not king 9 suited. Yep.
Yeah.
King 9 doesn't like the hearts. But king 8, which you almost never have, does it anyway because it just you have so little of it, you just bluff it all. Okay.
Maybe because the opponent has like more queen of hearts in,
Yep.
in the range. Because it
Wait, so
connects.
queen of hearts likes to do it more than king of hearts, right? Not an ace of hearts.
No, queen
No.
queen 9 and king 9 don't bluff at all with the hearts. They bluff the other one's pure. King 9 does a little bit of it. Yeah.
Do one
You
with the
don't want the
ace. See
9
with
of
the
hearts.
ace of hearts. Go look at the hands that contain an ace of hearts.
Just an ace of hearts. So that's the offsuit. Oh, you
Uh,
mean the suited ones?
the suited ones that contain an ace with the ace of hearts.
They're all checking because you don't have any bluffs on the ace line. Look at that.
Yeah,
Ace
yeah.
7. Yeah.
Well, ace jack has showdown,
Yeah. Ace jack
but
is value. And the ace queen and ace 10 just don't do it. Yeah, you just don't bluff an ace.
Hmm.
You can get here with
yeah,
king.
I would deviate that. I don't think we have showdown once called
Mhm.
on two streets. That like
For the
most
big,
players aren't going to get there without showdown.
yeah, for a bigger size. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This is a fun one.
All right.
Who's
see,
up first?
let's see. Dean. Dean is muted. Larry.
Sure.
Yeah, Larry.
So we're
Too late, Dean.
UTG, right? Or in the straddle.
UTG.
We're under the gun.
Um, I would open to 10 or 15.
Or as
Just do
Scotty would
7.
say, low jack minus 2.
Oh, jack -2. Yeah.
Okay.
We get a relatively small 3-net at about 150 bigs. I think this is a pure call.
Yep.
Interesting flop. We check.
They
He
check back.
checks back. All right.
What is his range and what are we going to do about
Yeah, so he's got a lot of broadways. I mean, betting here has the advantage of folding out a number of his overcards. So betting or checking here, I think is fine. I think I prefer betting.
I
I
it? We
think
love
don't
I
it.
need to
would.
bet enough that it's unprofitable for him to call with two overs.
Yep. I love a bet here.
So I think I prefer a size around like $30. 30 sterling.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
30 sterling.
And he calls. And that's a lovely. Now,
So
yeah, I don't think we need to bet here.
I love a check here. I love a check call.
Yeah, I think we check and we can bluff catch very wide.
Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna check. Okay.
I would check here and then this actually I think this is a hungry horse exploit. I recall him talking about in a configuration like this with this exact action to the river, quote unquote, they can't help themselves.
That's a
And
line that I've been experimenting with of allowing them to do their small bluffs when I think their range is super capped and they have nothing that can call.
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is a really good check and bluff catch wide. But we bet B50 and he is so it's hard to know what he has here. I mean, the most obvious answer is some kind of ace eight, but there's only two combos of ace eight
How much,
suited.
Larry?
I
How much
don't this
love?
is I think we can generally say what do we know about this guy? Do we know anything about this player?
Kind of wild.
Kind of wild. All right.
Larry, how
So
much do you
that's
think ace eight wants to raise here with the four liner?
yeah, that's true. I'm just not giving him a lot down in this area.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think this is an overfold. You've got more nutted equity here than he does in theory. Uh, I think this is a fold.
But
Does
what
he
about the
three bet
fact
wide?
this line doesn't make sense?
It doesn't make sense. No, I mean,
It does. Some hands make some of it does make sense. When you flop
ace.
nutted equity, when you flop like I mean, if he's three betting with hands as wide as like 8-7 suited, and you flop the nuts, he's not always going to raise on that. He's in position. He's more likely to slow play.
Right. And then when the
Wow. Now
turn,
it is less likely that he continues to slow play when the turn comes out
doesn't he
and
raise
brings in a flush draw.
yeah, doesn't he raise the turn with the seven?
In in position, they are more willing to slow play, though, is one thing I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I
we
mean,
overfold.
if he's a thinking player too, you have the spot where they're not like if what if I raise, it doesn't stop him from calling the hands he was already. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know how I feel about that thought. Um, this is actually a very weird spot because turn river raises to significant sizes are under bluffed. What did you say? This guy's wild, like good, or just complete punter?
No, no good.
Not good. He's just a punter. Or I mean,
He likes to rip in ace jack off from the big blinds, against the free bet.
I don't want I don't
Cold.
I think this is a good fold and I don't want to make it here. I decided I want to bluff catch this one. I'm still going to
Yeah,
be I'm
who's
not expecting to win half the time, but
okay? Is everyone? Most people are folding and one
I,
caller. Yeah, is that what
I
I
would,
think that
you're
this
saying?
would be a time that I would want to fold, and I'm okay with being wrong sometimes because this
yeah,
is underbluffed.
I think I fold.
I don't disagree with you guys, and I think I'm
Yeah,
losing most of the time, but I only have to be right that
Ooh,
much.
good call.
nice.
Good call.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a feeling the way you're showing it that this is a good hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
was a
against this
funny
player
hand.
now, you got an interesting. You're gonna have to call wider. He's
Yeah,
capable.
his line didn't really make much sense. And the range versus range is early position 3-bet. Good
True.
call, dude. Good
Good
call.
call. Very nice.
I, I got two more hands. Yeah, two more hands.
Yep, we got time.
Uh, okay.
All right. I nominate me
Okay, yeah.
because I got the last one. All right. Let's open the Jack 10. Okay,
Yeah.
7, good. 3.5 for live size. Great. Get called where we want to. He checks. I'm going to bet uh in the Hungry Horse. I'm gonna bet 20 here. I'm gonna overbet the
Oh,
pot.
you're gonna go big.
In
Yeah.
Hungry Horse. In Hungry Horse, I'm betting because I am I'm overbetting or checking on ace high boards. I do have some bluffs. This is a perfectly good bluff. I'll take it. So that's him. I'm not going to do that though. I am going to bet. I'm going to bet 10. I'm going to bet big, but not over. That's my size. Good. He calls. Great. I'm going to get there
Oh, that's no fun.
because I'm the best player there is. All right. He
Yeah.
checks. I'm going to.
Getting there is even fun.
All right. So I'm going to.
Hey,
So if assuming he checks, I'm going to bet big, and the big may include an overbet. I am targeting the ace portion of his range. I am targeting the king jack king 10 portion of his range that I don't care if it folds and like that. So I'm going to go. I'm not going to get this all in. I don't think. I just don't think the pot is big enough for this to end up all in. So I'm just going to go 45. Yes, I'm going to go 50.
I went 45. Yeah.
No, Ryan, this is all YouTube. All right, 45. Yeah, great.
And they
Okay.
fold. So that was a quick one. Do you want to do another one? But yeah,
Nope,
I
that's
thought
fine.
40. I thought 45 is nice, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, they just fold, which was
yeah.
sad. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but you're targeting. They have a lot of hands that they're going to fold there. They're going to call pocket tens once or something like that. They're going to fold a nine. They're going to call a nine or a queen. You're not aimed at that. You're trying to get a bunch of money from a queen. You already got your $10 that the queen was going to pay you. Do you want to get
yeah,
another $10 from a queen when you could get 45 from an ace?
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And flush draws and gut shots and a lot of other hands.
Yeah,
So
there was diamonds as well coming.
so next week, Larry's going to do a deep dive on Nuffle.
Oh, good.
Based on Nuffle using the tool that you could discover Nuffle with. All right,
That's true.
that's what's going to happen next week. All right,
All right, you gonna do this one as well?
me? No, I'm out. I did
Yeah,
mine. No, I did mine. I won the 10 jack.
yeah. There's a quick one.
Okay, it's somebody else. Who's got it? Let's see. Is Skate here? Nope. All right. I
I think we
nominate.
call here.
All right.
It's a large 3-bet, but we're deep.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, I'll do
This
this
guy
one.
is the read on this guy is this. He's sort of quite wild and like quite splashy, right? So
Check. He bets 20 into what, like 50?
Mm-hmm.
Our SPR now is essentially 4. Check raise.
Yay!
Fast play.
Let's go.
60 or 80.
Yep.
yeah, I thought about check raising, but this time I didn't, just because I thought this board is rather dry, right?
It is
Rather
very
dry.
dry.
So I thought since there's not that many draws, we can kind of slow play this one.
Okay.
And he was
Against
also,
a wild player, that makes sense. I can understand
and
that.
he is quite a wild guy.
All right,
So
let's slow play. We can do that. All right, check.
and then when he blasts it here for like just less than pot. So
Yeah.
there's I thought like now the draws come in, the draws start building, but
Yeah, I mean, I think generally what we do, I mean, this isn't the greatest card, but generally what we do here, for choosing to slow play, then we continue to slow play. Certainly, this board's a little bit wider, but if you're gonna choose the trap line, then let's continue the trap line. Especially now that he's polarizing. Yeah. Yeah. Well played, sir.
That's easy. But
Okay,
but what do you do now? You
Check.
block bet or check?
Yeah. Check and allow him to. I mean, you don't want to fold out his bluffs.
Oh, boo.
And against a wild player, he's going to have some bluffs here. So we check
Yeah, so
and then, yay.
Right.
Ace
And
that
king.
was easy.
and every other way you play it, it gets all in too.
Yeah, it's hard to see where he finds a fold. A wild player's not going to find a fold here with
Yeah.
top pair, cup kicker a lot.
When you're 300 big blinds deep, you should be able to.
But he's not gonna.
This is a play for a
Yeah.
lot of money hand, not play for everything.
You mean the his ace king?
Yeah, no, like you don't
Yeah.
you don't
Yep.
want to be playing your top pair top kicker is not great when it's for 300 bigs.
Nope. But in a 3-bet pot, it gets big a lot quicker.
That's true.
That's true. So yeah. All right.
Nice hand, sir.
Thanks. Yeah. I looked at it in solver and it does just raise immediately with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
set. But I guess they got more bluffs than me. The solver has more bluffs than me, right?
But there's another thing about this particular board. This particular board is so draw light, which is called dry. So this board is so dry. It's not static, but it's dry, that when they bet, you don't need to size down for the keep their draws in that you have drawing thin. They don't have very many draws. So they have a king or nothing, and the nothing may not put any more money in. You'll notice the threes loves it because the threes unblocks both the king and the 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Solver
So free,
fast plays it
freeze would
sets
be
a
a better
lot.
raise.
Yeah.
Because we're blocking king 8 or something like that.
Yeah, we're
right?
blocking. Yeah, yeah, we're blocking his ace 8 now, so we
Yeah.
really have to depend on him having a king. Whereas the threes and 8 might call one more time and like that.
Yeah, so that was interesting.
But yeah,
So,
but now play it out. Play it out when you do the slow play line on the 8s and see if you stay with the slow play line. See if it does what Larry said. I think it does.
Yeah, I think it generally will.
Yeah.
any bet like big.
Yeah, it seems to like to tell the same story.
and this is
That's
where
cool.
I would disagree with the solver. That's not how people play.
Right.
If they have something like Queen, Jack of Hearts, they just call your jam. I prefer to jam here.
Okay. Right. So you call. So you
Oh
do
yeah,
the
we call.
here.
And then the river
comes.
snake, and he made a pretty big mistake by jamming.
Yeah. He should realize that he was targeting an 8 before.
Yeah, when he bets pot, he's meant to check that back.
Yeah. But but you do check your 8s, right? Look at your line.
Yeah,
Yep.
you just or you sometimes bet small,
Yeah.
bet 10%.
Yeah.
Like
But
block.
when you take the passive line, you have a large continuance in the passive line.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he should give up there, right? Or not give up, but just not risk anymore.
Mm-hmm. So make the river make the river not an 8. Let's make the river a 3, and then let's make the river a 9, and then let's make the river a blank and see if he still doesn't continue with his kings, with his ace king.
Oh, shit.
3, we check. Now he can bet his ace king into a 3 because we don't have as much, because 3 wasn't what he was targeting. Okay. But he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
How about the 9, which we should have much less of than 8s?
Yeah, he still bets more often, right?
Yep. And now let's just break it up with a deuce. Interesting.
Doesn't like the deuce.
Doesn't like the deuce. What
What's that?
the? I understand the other stuff. I don't understand this.
What if it's a 10? Or
10
queen?
that, those both complete straights, so that's bad. A 6? 6 doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he's just generally just
Yeah,
is good enough. You know, after he blasted the turn, it's
yeah,
enough. Right? It's not a massive. It's not a
yeah,
shoving hand.
yeah. So I
If you would put in river 4, I would imagine it would be the same like a deuce.
would, yeah, I don't understand why we don't get to bet on these, but okay.
So this card doesn't change anything at all, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
But question for Larry before we finish it.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Larry?
Yeah, I can.
Have you been messing around with MDA Demon?
A little bit, not enough though.
I was gonna ask about turn donks.
All right, we could look at those. So
I was wondering with those because I had that happen to me earlier, and I instantly adjusted it and played aggressively against it, and I was completely wrong. It was super nutted, but
Mhm.
I wasn't sure.
I will put that on my list. Send me a note, right? And I'll reply back.
Sounds good. When it
All
turn, maybe we do it on nut changing cards too.
Yeah, sure. That's a good one.
All right. Everyone,
Scotty, you're here on Monday.
I will see you guys Monday, and I will miss you on Tuesday and Friday, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Okay, we'll try to do a deep dive on MDA Demon on Tuesday and Friday.
Great.
But
Nice.
send me a note and I'll work on the project you're talking about.
Sounds good. I'll send it to you on Discord.
Fine.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
All right, good luck this weekend. You gonna have some hands for us next week, Brian?
Yeah. I should have
Josh?
a couple.
Okay, excellent, guys. All right, this is a good session.
Thank you, guys. Cheers.
We'll talk to you on
See you guys.
Monday.